Schulzy.
Matthew.
Hey, cute baby. I didn't get the Amber Alert.
Hey, Matt. How are you?
Hey, Matt. How are you?
It's always good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
Yeah.
What are you two up to today?
Ah, Jesus. We are celebrating. My new special's coming out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What do you, stand up there and grow a mustache?
Actually, if you want to know, it's about my wife and I trying to make a baby.
It's like RedTube.
Like what?
RedTube, man. Fucking RedTube, you know.
No, not like RedTube. What are you talking about, weirdo?
Oh.
We had a lot of trouble getting pregnant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, you should have come to me for that.
Come to you for what?
Well, I know everything there is about being born, right? You can use that in your skit if you want.
Matt, how the f would I use that in my
So what was the
comedy?
issue? Like, are you, like, limp?
No, I'm not limp, okay? I get pretty hard.
Well, I believe you.
I do get pretty hard.
I believe you.
Do you want to know what the special's about or not?
Sure.
All right, it's basically this. The doctor puts the embryo in my wife. The second he puts it in, I'm like, ugh. And he says your sperm is like a C+. Blacked out. Shame, shame, shame. At this point, I realize she thinks I suck my own dick.
Was that? Did you just clip montage me?
Yeah.
You clip montage.
You asked me
You
to
want to battle with me? You want to clip montage battle with me? 4 decades in the movie business. You want to play this game with me?
No, you just said you want to know
No,
what's...
why don't you get a little of this? Come here.
I couldn't get the rights to the movies.
Oh,
Yeah, we reached out and there was like a whole...
what kind of special is this?
Do me a favor. Don't watch the special. It's not for people like you.
What the fuck
I
does
don't
that mean?
want
People like me?
Yeah,
mean?
people like
I'll
you.
watch your fucking I'm Shooting Blanks comedy special as much as I want to. I'll watch it twice. As a matter of fact, where's it playing?
I don't want to tell you. I just
Where's it playing?
Netflix, okay? But don't do that thing where you like embarrass me.
No,
You-
I wouldn't
you
want
can-
to embarrass you.
That's
Hey, everybody, listen. Andrew Schulz has a comedy special about how his balls are full of oatmeal, and we're all gonna watch it, okay? Thanks.
You are so Boston. It's
Fuck
amazing.
you, I'm
how
watching it now. I wasn't gonna watch it. Now I am gonna watch it.
Okay.
When's it coming out?
I don't want to tell you.
Tell me when it's coming out.
I'm not going to tell you when it's
Tell me
coming
when
out.
the it's coming out.
March 4th, but you better not tell a single person, Matt.
I better not tell a single.
You better not tell a
You
single
don't tell
person.
me what I get to tell
Don't
people.
put my
Matt. Don't
business
tell
on the
me-
streets, man.
What world do you live in, man? We're in a diner in Chelsea.
Matt?
I will tell whoever I want to tell, whenever I want to
You're not
tell.
going to tell a
Yeah,
single
watch
soul.
this.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, everybody. This dumbass right here has a special about his low sperm count, and it's on Netflix. Wait, what's the date?
I forgot.
Just remembered it, dipshit. March 4th. March 4th on Netflix. Bum, bum. You're welcome.
You feel better? Mm-hmm. You feel you got it all out?
That was a good promo.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Is that the same baby from American Sniper?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. If you already saw that, thank you very much for watching it again. I appreciate you. Specials out March 4th on Netflix. That's Tuesday, March 4th. So next Tuesday. Damn, already a week away.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out Matt Damon, bro.
What was that like? Your neighbor?
He's just a legend. There's a funny take that we did not use, and I was like bullying Dov into doing it. But you know the line where he gets up and he goes, Andrew Schulz is a special where his balls are made out of oatmeal. So in the skit, Dov looks at the oatmeal and then he just puts it down. And I go, yo, you know it'd be even funnier. Andrew Schulz has a comedy special about how his balls are full of oatmeal. Now, to get him to do that, we went through like 10 different takes. Also, Dov is so adorable because like there's this moment for the cutaway and he's like, it's like he's George Clooney. Like he is locked in. He's coming up to me. He goes, so what do you think my motivation is? Am I nervous? Am I anxious? Am I like shocked that I'm looking at you guys?
Dov is actually such a good actor.
He's a really good
It is
actor.
annoying.
But you also don't understand. It's like you're acting a piece with fucking the Martian.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so-
Yeah.
But he's coming. It's like, what do you think it is? And I was like, yeah, I think that you're eating oatmeal, and somebody says your balls are made out of it, so you're grossed out. And he goes, okay, so I would look up, right? I'm like, well, I don't know. If Matt Damon was at a diner and you were eating and he started giving a speech, would you look up? He goes, yes, I probably would look up. We did more takes on Dov eating that oatmeal than me and Matt doing the entire
Yeah, it was an hour. It was an hour. How did you get into the character for that role? What was your...
I went deep. And I think what I locked in on, someone wrote in the comments, I'm I guess Middle Eastern Ray Romano.
Yeah, they go Middle Eastern Ray Romano.
No, but it was like we had a food decorator, and it was like, oh, it doesn't plop. Now you gotta add milk to it, make it runny. I went lefty, so
Oh my
I protect the face.
He went lefty. I mean,
Wow.
he really put himself
Do you
out
know how
there.
hard it is for Dov to do a scene where he doesn't eat food? Like, think about that. Like, that's really difficult.
No, but shout out Matt Damon, man. Shout out Matt Damon.
absolute goat.
Yeah, the
legend.
legend.
Absolutely incredible.
I literally hit him up. I should like see the text. Like I'm basically asking him to say no in the text.
Yeah.
And like I probably rewrote that text 40 different times.
Of course.
Right? Because I don't want to be like too, was it presumptuous? Right?
Yeah.
Like I can't like assume you would say yes to doing this.
Yeah.
And I know you have a million different things.
Legend.
Shout out Tory Lanez, bro. Tory, we need you on the pod.
Yeah, you need that promo with Tory Lanez, bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Freestyle from prison?
Yeah.
Did you hear like one of his songs got cut off by a fight that broke out?
No.
Like he was recording, I guess, through the phone.
That's
and in the background, like a riot happened.
That is
Oh, that's fire.
The Tory's 5'3".
Yeah.
That's the first cheeks they're gone. Right? So, but nah, I hit him up, and I was like, dude, please say no to this. You have way too many things to do to be busy about this, but I got a funny idea for a promo for the special. If you're down, you let me know. And he was like, yeah, could we do it like between 8 and 3? That's when the kids are at school. And I was like, yeah. He goes, what day is good for you? I go, what day is good for you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like before this, I hadn't really thought it was going to happen.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
had a loose idea.
Yeah.
And the second he did it, it became even more anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
Because now I got to write something funny.
Yeah.
So I wrote this thing with a couple of guys. Mark was definitely helping out. Joey Avery's helping out. Nesson. And then my immediately I was like, I cannot fuck this up. So I hit up Neal Brennan. And Neal's fucking awesome.
Yeah. He's great.
Neal is awesome. So Neal was really helpful. And then he was like, hey, I got to go film The Odyssey Friday. Do you think we could do Thursday?
Wow.
I was like, oh, you got to go film Christopher Nolan's
Yeah.
movie that you're the star of? Yeah, sure. I think we
That's
can
so
work around
sweet.
your schedule.
So you asked him the way that you actually did it in the sketch,
Pretty much.
where you were like, "Yeah, you won't do this. You're like, yeah, you probably don't have what it takes to like do this role." He's like, "Oh, I'll fucking do it. I'll be there
Boston,
Thursday."
That's what Neal found. Neal was like, listen, if you tell a guy from Boston what to do, he will, or not to do something, he will do it just because that's the energy.
Yeah. That's
And
great.
yeah, but yeah, he said he was down to it. And I got to give him credit for a lot of the funny too, because when we were riffing in the trailer, which was a surreal moment,
Yeah.
to be riffing a scene.
Are you nervous in that moment?
Yeah, I wasn't nervous, but I had like an adrenaline dump afterwards.
Okay.
Like afterwards, I just want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But like I was in there with the director. Shout out Melby. Melby directed this. Andrew, what's his name? Is Andrew Melber?
Melby.
Going by Melby.
We're
Yeah,
Melby.
that's Melby.
But yeah, we're just in the trailer, and like he's like, yo, it'd be kind of funny. He would bring up these little lines. He's like, it'd be kind of funny if like when you're trying to explain about the limp, the joke thing, I do the the dad
Yeah,
joke. He's
yeah.
like, what if I realize I asked you something that doesn't make sense? He's like, you can use that in your skit.
Yeah.
And then I realize, and I just talk right over.
Yeah.
And then like, what if you say you don't know the date, and I go, just remember to dipshit. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the funny is him. I want to give him.
Just remember the dipshit is so good.
It's great. It's great. Also, when do you get to see Matt mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what I pitched him. I was like, dude, you're the best. Everybody loves you in everything you do.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, I feel like some of his best roles, he is like a villain.
And that's when he's funny.
Yeah, he's like a bad guy.
Well,
like
what's The Departed?
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
always plays the nice,
nice
guy
guy
who's
who
actually
is-
bad.
Yeah.
You ever seen-
Interstellar, same thing.
Yeah.
But he's so
Oh, yeah.
likable that when he does the villain turn,
Yeah.
you're like, what the
You're rooting
fuck?
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I didn't get the American Sniper thing.
Yeah,
And
I
then
still
I
didn't get it. I
Dude,
wanted to
it's
ask
so
you.
funny.
It's like comical.
So in American Sniper, they have this really dramatic scene where the main dude is like with his child, like arguing with his wife.
Bradley Cooper, right?
And it became a whole thing. Apparently, I didn't know this.
It's like an internet meme because it's so obviously a fake baby.
Oh,
Like,
It's
like-
hilarious. And he's just like chatting with her.
oh, okay.
Look at the hand.
He's
He's using his thumb.
He's trying to make the hand move and shit. It's so funny. It does look exactly like your fake baby.
Yeah, we had Shiloh there, and I was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to put her in. Obviously.
Yeah, no free clout.
No
you know
free
what I mean?
clout.
Like, yeah,
I don't need
you
followers.
worked for this. You know what I mean? You're not gonna give it to her for no reason.
Yeah, but also like her around breakfast food we would not have a single take.
Just fist in the oatmeal. It's fucking going crazy.
I didn't realize that eggs were expensive until I had a daughter. I didn't realize that fruit or blueberries or any of the shit. Is your kid eating blueberries yet?
No, but he's grabbing shit. He all of a sudden food became interesting to him recently. We didn't know this, so we just like sat down to eat, and then just immediately cup just flying everywhere.
Fucking
just
shit
food on the ground.
I think blueberries are like the size of a nipple.
Oh, interesting theory.
And I think, or my wife's.
Yeah, you're giving a lot away.
GMO'd up.
This is a child having conversation. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, blueberries are the size and color of a nipple. You're like, whoa, hold on.
Huh? You got the dark, Emma?
Bro.
Them Vietnamese titties?
This is something you'll realize. They do get darker. That's the true thing.
Yo, you know what's crazy
I don't want to hear about your wife.
No, not my wife or his
it's
wife.
women in
But
general.
you are talking about.
I'm talking about women. I'm talking about women.
we're not.
bro.
Our wives' nipples are perfect pink
Yeah,
color,
they're
dude. It's
sick.
100% totally perfect pink. It's the most beautiful pink you've ever seen with no hair on it at all.
Exactly. dude.
Hairs don't grow on them at all
Facts.
due to all the hormones in their body due to pregnancy.
Exactly.
Do they got
I
their
saw-
nipples waxed?
Son,
Like-
I saw a hair on the shit and I was like, yo, we gotta get rid of that. My wife tried to hit me with, that's how the baby knows where the nipple is.
Well, all right. Is that
I said,
true?
why isn't she going for mine? Scragglies on mine.
But yeah, you'll come to find this out. It helps the baby find the areola when it's darker.
That's what they say, so they don't gotta yank them shits out of their titties anymore.
I think you just put the shit in their mouth. They don't know.
And that's what you think. Just wait.
Anyway, you gonna have some babies.
I like the choice he made when he. That's what she's searching that up real quick.
Yo, now that Jesseline is a super famous TikToker,
yeah.
is that gonna push back Baby? Or is that gonna make
Dude,
Baby
it might. You
even
guys just
bigger?
keep blowing her up. When at a
Wait.
certain point, she's going to need new content.
Wait, what?
You guys keep blowing her up.
Oh, we're blowing her up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you was leaving it in. I thought,
Yeah. Come on. What are we talking about? Yeah, of course. I've been doing that since day one.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Do you have the goalie in or?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
And now not, but I'm still, I'm not. You know what I mean? Come
Wait,
on.
you're
What am I,
rearranging
gay?
the IUD, bro?
No, that IUD's intact. It's not even that deep, probably.
Have you ever felt it?
No,
Can you feel it?
she didn't have IUD.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't.
She was
have
on. She was on the.
Not anymore, you know what I'm saying? Or rearranged it, you know what I mean?
Have
you
you
ever-
Steve Smith Jr.
That's what she said in the text. That's why I
Yeah.
bring it up.
Why? What?
Yeah, he said something about getting deep inside of her. Mark has the text.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
pulled up the text.
And he said, "I want to rearrange."
No.
your IUD."
No. Wait, you know what? Let's just we'll get back.
We'll
to
get to the Steve. Okay, go.
Let's just look at this.
So Steve Smith Sr., prolific wide receiver.
like 5'9", firecracker.
Unbelievable.
Also would beat the shit out of people.
Yeah, down to fight anybody.
Tall.
No,
Tall guy. I'm just saying.
Yo, with cleats, bro. Motherfucker like
shit.
5'11".
That's crazy.
No, but
Yeah.
he's like on the field. He was like the Aaron the Plumber of the NFL.
yeah.
Do you know? You know. Who
But he
Aaron
actually
is?
won every fight. He would beat the shit out of people much bigger than him. Like, okay. He said, turn you over and get deep inside you. She said, you're so hot. Deep is an understatement. It felt like you were going to rearrange my IUD. You were so deep.
Nah, that's crazy. Imagine your wife texted somebody.
Crazy, bro.
Dude, that's crazy.
Imagine your wife. Why are you happy about this, son? You got a wife almost.
No, I'm not happy that she's cheating, but I'm like, yeah, rearranging some IUDs. I like that.
That's
That's dangerous. That's bad
That's
for
insane.
feminine health. You can't rearrange. You
That's
gotta
a
keep it in
man's
place.
wife, bro.
Also that. Yeah, both of those.
That's a
points.
man's kid's.
I said she's the one fucking up. Like, I can't be mad at him.
Nah, but you had a
mad
good
at-
point. He had a good point on Brilliant. Like, I was like, because we were going, why the fuck would you call Steve
Yeah.
Smith Sr. not talk to your wife? And Al, say your point. You had a good point.
Because he's married and he has a family.
Steve
He's like,
Smith.
Yeah.
So
you
he's
gonna
like,
blow
yo, you
my
gonna
shit
fuck
up.
up my
I'm blowing your
family.
shit up. Yeah.
I'm fucking your shit up.
That's why he says, like, in the beginning, he's like,
Okay.
oh, people going to care
Yeah.
a lot longer about,
Yeah.
care about this longer about him than it is about me.
Yeah. I bet Steve Smith's wife thought he was faithful. I bet every NFL and NBA athlete, their wives is just like positive that person is.
I
faithful.
bet
Yeah.
bet Steve Smith's wife is calling that dude's wife like, yo, he does be fucking up the IUD. Like, girl, you gotta get the extra deep one, girl.
Also, guys, show dates. First of all, thank you to everybody in Bray who came out. 7 shows, 600 people. That's 4,200 tickets we moved in one weekend. That was fire. Nashville, every show is sold out, so we added a Saturday at 4:30. I don't think we're going to have the capacity to add any others, so get tickets to that. March 14th and 15th, Tulsa, Oklahoma. March 21st and 22nd, Omaha, Nebraska. March 28th and 29th, Columbus, Ohio. April 11th through I believe it's going to be 13th, Tampa. And we just added a couple more dates. We got May 9th and 10th in Virginia Beach. Also, 420 weekend, we're going to be back in Denver. All those dates and more coming at akaashsingh.com.
What's up, guys? World's fastest ad read ever. Baltimore, Belmore, New York, Rochester, New York, Portland, Maine. I'm coming to all these places. February
This thing
27th.
right here looks like Mark's dick full of cum.
That's it's not full.
You just suck on that
Please, no.
hydration.
February
Plenty
27th.
of hydration.
I'll be in Baltimore. March 1st, I'll be in Belmore, New York, on Long Island. March 26th, I'll be in Rochester, New York. April 27th, I'll be in Portland, Maine, with my friend Joey Avery. I can't wait to see you guys there. Come and hang out and have a platonic
Suck his
time.
dick.
Have a friendship with me. Thank you.
I know his wife is pissed off, but do you think she's less pissed because the girl he's cheating with is ugly? Or more pissed because the girl he's cheating with is ugly?
I think they get more pissed at that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more insulting.
Because they're like, if you wanted an ugly girl, you could have fucked me. Now, I'm not saying Steve Smith's wife is ugly. I don't know what his wife looks like.
But like that fucks with your psyche. Like, women place the way we place our worth on like our worth, I guess, and money. That's looks for them. So like, imagine your wife cheating on you, some broke motherfucker, and they're not betting you any other way.
All right,
just
ready?
broke.
Let me put
Yeah.
this out there. Your wife cheats on
Broke
you.
niggas make more effort.
Okay. No. This is why I want to ask you. This is why I want to ask you. Your wife cheats on you, or your girl cheats on you, because you don't have a wife. Damn. Because you're not married. Okay? Because you're not married, like a grown up, like an adult.
At least I ain't gonna get cheated on like y'all
That's-
niggas. The fuck?
Yo, if you get cheated on, you still get to be like, we weren't even together.
Exactly.
I didn't even know that girl.
See, I'm smart. I clocked it.
I didn't even know her. Who is that? That's my side piece. I didn't even know.
Son, wasn't Steve Smith doing a pod at WTF?
No.
No, Black Effect. He was doing Black Effect. He was doing a pod
really?
with Charlamagne. Yeah, it was one of their first podcasts.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Damn, he cheated on them, went to another network.
I got no loyalty.
Did you see this one? I didn't say this. I would never say this, but people did say that this girl looked like Jeff Van Gundy.
Nah.
Shit.
I didn't say that. I would never. I'm just reporting what the internet said.
Yo, god
Who
damn.
is that girl?
That's the girl that he cheated with.
That's
pretty.
That's a
She's
rearrange
But
IUD.
if you see her and then his wife is like, what you doing here? She must be looking ass or some shit like that. Like, it gotta
Yeah.
be something more.
Also, when you're on the sidelines and it's just like the most diesel testosterone induced dudes ever, and there's one girl that's there.
Oh yeah.
And she got the Sarah Palin glasses on.
That's true.
The nailing Palin.
Yeah, you might have to nail it.
She's also a freak
Wait,
by all
yeah.
intents and purposes.
I
You
mean,
know
the
what
things that she was saying, you should never say to another man besides your husband.
It was nuts.
barely even say that. I'd hate for my girl to say that shit to me. I'd be like, what the hell? You're a mother. Why are you saying this? Don't do
Do you
that.
talk different to your girl now?
I mean, I always kind of did. I don't know. I was never into like something too freaky because I was like, this feels.
But now
I
that
want
you
this.
have a kid, do you guys like when you guys are doing dirty talk? When you're like,
What dirty talk?
no, but when you're like,
There's nothing happening.
Leviticus 22:11, and the body of Christ was buried.
Brandon, it's not that funny, Brandon. It's not that funny, Brandon. Come on.
I'm just saying when you guys are throwing Bible quotes at each other, like,
Dude, I'll hit her with a psalm every now and again.
What psalm do you hit her
There's
with?
some slutty psalms. Do you know this?
and I
Bro.
turned you into dust.
Damn. So you letting other men do the riz for you? That's crazy,
It's
bro.
like listening to music. Like guys will play Miguel and bang their girl. It's like, yeah, you're letting
He
Miguel
already
dirty
justified
talk.
this shit. That's
Yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is
Come on.
fucked
You
up.
gotta be thinking, bro.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, that is a good point. Kim,
Yo, listen to music, just let another guy dirty talk your girl, and you're paying stream money for it.
What about
You're
girls?
being a cuck, basically.
What about girls?
You're gonna fuck to a girl singing?
Dude, WAP or whatever that shit is called.
That's insane.
hold on.
No one's ever had sex to a girl singing. That's never happened. I don't think. Name one song by a woman that you would have sex to.
Dina Howard.
What's that one?
What's t-shirt and panties?
Jill and I were on the same dude.
I put on Let It Go. When they're like, I didn't come yet, I'd be like, hit it. Hit it, Adina.
But yeah, dude, there's a.
Nah, you can't be getting cucked out. You got to just put on beats. That's it.
You just do type beats?
Yeah, just beats.
Future
right?
type
Yeah.
beats?
Can't have no other dude's voice in the room.
I agree.
That's
I never
crazy.
liked the music. It always seemed too contrived. It always felt like, oh yeah, we're getting. I'm like, this. What are we doing?
And this is
So what do you-
this come from the guy who has Seinfeld playing in the background. While I'm fucking.
Yeah, he did.
That's how long I knew I would go.
Is
Yeah,
that-
like,
is
I
that
made it a whole
embarrassing?
episode.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
pretty good.
Had
22
the same
minutes.
game. Getting your dick sucked to Seinfeld.
I mean, I ain't catch Okay, so I guess I'm good.
Yo, free disease, bro.
Yeah.
He offered her a glass of red wine.
Yeah, what a
Nothing wrong with
He
that.
should have went white, bro.
He did. That's how he got in trouble.
No, I thought she was black.
No.
Are you fucking
black
crazy?
girl.
Oh, I thought it was a black girl.
No, come on. You think?
Al, when is a black
Good
girl?
riddance.
Nah, he's got fucking railroaded, dude.
Bleep a little
That is
something.
anti.
Just sweeten that one up.
Yo,
That
that's
was
anti-Indian racism. That's what it is.
What?
That like this girl going on a date with an Indian guy. They're like, yeah, I'll see. Just like everyone will believe
And
that.
then everybody
That's
just
true.
Yeah, that's
true.
anti-Indian racism. We got to stop that.
we got to stop believing it. You're saying,
Yeah.
Son, I saw a TikTok where they sell in Bangladesh. They sell tickets on top of the train. Dead ass.
No, you can't pay for that.
Look it up right now.
That's
they
corruption.
got inside seats and outside seats, and they got hang-on seats.
That's corruption.
That
You can't
is-
charge for the top. Yo.
we need DOGE, bro.
Yeah, they
We
need
some
Doge.
DOGE.
They need Doge. India would never.
If they gonna do it anyway, you might as well make some money off it.
Fair, I guess.
I mean,
But
I
India
can't
would
I
never.
can't find
That's
the ticket, but
Bangladesh.
I mean, they got this shit, bro.
Well, that's fire.
God.
Maybe they're shooting a music video.
So we be having Subway Surfers here.
Yo, you could
Okay.
get a fire
Bro.
music video like that. Imagine they not like us, but that.
Imagine you pulled up to that, right?
That's too many.
You know nothing about the culture or anything. You're just a tourist from Canada. You show up. Isn't there part of you like, where's that train going?
Yeah, they know something I don't. know.
Right? Like, don't
Yeah.
you want to go wherever the fuck that's
yeah,
going?
It's lit. Yeah, yeah,
Because that doesn't seem like I'm going to work, right?
Yeah.
That seems like a trip to a place.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till you get there.
And the English think they invented the double-decker bus.
Yeah.
The
Get
audacity,
out of here, dude.
right? The
Get out of
audacity.
here.
You think that's where they got the idea?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, people like being on the top.
Yeah.
Damn, they really take everything from y'all.
They
Yeah,
really
it's crazy.
Did. They really did.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Fucked up, man.
Can I ask a question about the Matt Damon thing?
Yes, please.
When he like says a line and you go, oh, we couldn't afford the rights, and he throws
the
it.
bacon.
Yeah.
Was that him?
What was that? What was it?
He throws the bacon.
Oh, yeah.
That's so fire. That's
Like actors are so good at shit that they can make things funny.
Oh, little choice he made, like when he said the red tube and he covered the baby's ears.
Yeah,
That was good, dude.
And that was our fault. We didn't have coverage of him. There's like
Yeah.
certain things that you want to have coverage of everything. Coverage just means like you want to film every single angle of it.
Yeah.
And that's something I realized about Curb Your Enthusiasm that is so smart is that every scene they shoot, I'm pretty sure what's that?
I think they do triple coverage.
Yeah, so they'll do like a wide shot and then two side shots.
Yeah.
And then the problem with it, there's not really a problem, but like the scenes, like if you're like a fucking cinematographer, like they look kind of like flat or whatever. There's not these like beautiful moves. But the reality is what we care the most about is the interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no way, like on a traditional sitcom, it's usually set up, punch. But in Curb, it's argument. And the only way you could get them going is if you have them both covered and then just riffing. And one of the cool things about Curb is you could see them break a little.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
There's one I always remember where Larry's friend Richard Lewis, who passed away,
Yeah.
but he's upset about something because I think he said Larry stole his voicemail greeting, and he's like, "I want you to change yours by sunset." And then Larry laughs. He goes, "By sunset? Who are you, Gary Cooper?" But you could tell By Sunset made him laugh. And then Richard laughs at Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper's like some old cowboy movie guy. And so then Richard starts laughing, and he's like, "Change the thing." And it's like, oh, y'all are both just making each other laugh right now.
So how much do you think, like going into, let's say you're going into Curb and you're not like a newbie, you have a relationship with them. How much are you keeping in the tuck to surprise them for real? And how much are you going over beforehand? Like this would be a funny
Apparently,
thing
he
to
just
say.
goes in and says, like, "This is what the scene is about." Go.
And then you guys go.
Yeah, I think they have a skeleton, like where it needs to start, where it needs to end. They'll do one run through, and then they do another run through where it's like, riff as much as you want.
Just start
and then they
building it.
just try to.
Yeah. But if you got a
Spice
banger,
it
you
in.
save it for that second run through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what some people do is like they wait until they get their coverage.
Yeah.
So like if you're
yeah.
not on camera, you're kind of going through the motions, and the
Yeah.
second you get it.
Yeah. What some people do.
I didn't know that that's what people do.
yeah.
So like when you're super low on the call sheet, like when nobody gives a fuck, like every role I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm not even on camera and I'm like giving it my best.
Yeah.
And I'll have lines of like, "Ooh, I got that shit. That was fire." And then it will come back to my coverage and then all the actors leave. And you just there with the stand-ins. Like, I just used my hot shit. Like, I can't run this back.
Yeah.
Bro, me and Miles were just watching a video of Celine Dion getting upstaged by a singer. And when they did the run through, the rehearsal, he was kind of phoning it in.
Oh.
And then
wow.
and then they got on TV in Sweden and he fucking crushed, and you just see her face just go like, "What the
Who the fuck is this guy?
She gets pissed.
You have a little.
Yeah. Hold on, let me pull this up.
See, now he's doing too much.
I mean, kind of fire, dude.
Yeah.
If you're that guy, apparently he's like a super famous like Swedish singer.
So this was the moment.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do him a little favor. I'm gonna like go on his little show and like help him out."
Yeah.
And then he busts that out.
I love watching those videos.
She looks tight about it. She's not happy.
You brought me to Stockholm for this fucking motherfucker to embarrass me.
Rabbi Schmooly.
Can you share what the Matt Damon cutaway was going to be?
Oh yeah, it was first like it was before he agreed. I was like, yo, all you got to do is you just got to be there. And what the fuck was it? I was like, yeah, I got a special. Well, I actually forgot.
He was going to cut away to a bunch of his films.
Oh yes. So all right. So the original one was we were going to compete, right?
Yeah.
And I show mine, and then he goes, "Oh, you want to play this game with me?
Yeah.
I'll play it. You want to play this game? Let's play this game." And then he goes, and it's all of his greatest films, right? And then the last scene is behind the candelabra, the one where he plays Michael Douglas's boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
And he's like hooking up with Michael Douglas, and I'm like, did you mean to keep that last one in? And he's like, yeah, it's some of my best work. And I was like, yeah, this right.
Bro, I'd never seen this. This is fire.
So Michael Douglas with a wig looked hella like Al Pacino. Oh, right. All right. Go at it, guys.
See, they
that's loving,
they
yo.
make everybody do that for Hollywood, bro.
But he did this shit after he made it.
Oh, that's
Bro, you gotta love Damon.
That's how you
'cause
stay in.
Even like the boss in him kind of comes out here a little bit. He's like, "All right, I'm not gonna like kiss you back. You can kiss me, but I'm not gonna go."
I love when Akaash almost looks away. Akaash can't watch these videos, bro.
Yeah. Surprised.
But you sort of tuck your head, but keep it looking in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta remember what I'm gonna jerk off to later. I don't want to watch it with you guys.
Bro, do you have an armpit fetish? You ever thought about that?
No.
I was talking to Lil Pete,
Yeah.
and he's got a big old foot fetish.
Shout out Lil Pete.
The ledge, Lil Pete. He's got big foot fetish.
I like him even more now that I know that he's a.
I was like, how
man
can
of
you
culture.
tell if a foot's good? He's like, oh, if the middle toe is longer, it's terrible.
Yeah,
And I was
second
like-
toe, but yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. If the middle toe is longer, you're an orangutan. The second toe shouldn't be longer.
Yeah,
but
it is. The second toe. And I was like, oh shit, so he's got the same brain as y'all.
Yeah.
And then he's like, but the thing I like more than feet, armpits.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, what do you like about him? And he started showing me the armpits he likes.
Okay.
I've never thought of this, but I'm open to it. I'm open to
this
it.
is why the birth rates are going down, bro.
Why? Why?
Because this is shit y'all care about feet and armpits.
I don't know. This might be your guys' new thing. All right, let's just see. I don't know what this is.
This is not
NSFW?
safe for work content.
Yeah. We're gonna go top. Let's go by this year, just like the hits of this year. Tell me, does this do anything for you?
No, I don't notice it.
Nah.
All right.
Sure, but yeah, I mean, yeah, no.
No. I mean,
Armpit.
I think I see how that one's nice. I think you can sell me on this.
Here we go. Oh, armpit. Oh,
Again, these look like standard armpits to me.
Yeah.
But-
I don't even see a difference.
but you wouldn't lick it or anything.
no.
All right.
Why? What did he say he liked about
what
it?
wouldn't I lick is a question that's better to ask than. You know what I mean? It's like,
He says every time he's with a girl, the first thing he does, he licks their armpits.
oh, that's
First thing.
that's not the first.
Check the feet. If the feet are good, armpit licking.
What's the grossest shit you used to do during a hookup?
Come on now.
Why just me?
Because it's
You're
just
the only one
you.
that hooked up.
Well, talk about y'all wives in the beginning.
Come on, that's crazy.
A bit
Madness.
more
That's crazy.
That's
adventurous
madness.
in
These
the
are my
beginning.
wives.
Bro, I used to share some saliva generously. Trying to find a way to say that without it seeming too crude. But you know what I mean? Not like in an aggressive way.
But just a little hawk to it.
yeah, just a little hawk to it. And then I remember I did that once, like, and it was like passionate part of the moment. And I did it. I remember like kissing. I like spit a little saliva in her mouth. And I remember she just went, "What the fuck did you just do?" Destroyed the move. Never recovered from that.
I remember the first time a girl asked me to do that to her, and I to her.
No. Can't put the phlegm.
I didn't know you were supposed to let it drip.
Can't be the phlegm. It's got to be what's already in there.
But Champ kept going.
No way.
Kept going. She told me like a couple
Nah,
days
that's a
later, she was
soldier.
like, when I do that, this is the way
She taught you how to spit in a girl's mouth.
Oh wow.
You had fucking poppy seeds and shit.
Yeah.
You had half a bacon, egg, and cheese in the girl's mouth. She's still chewing on it.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
Nah,
Shit.
I used to be nasty, bro. No, but girls they get nasty too. I remember that one girl that would eat my butt a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I started like really cleaning it. And then one time she didn't. And I was like, and I prepared it.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking foolish. Like I got a perfectly clean ass for one time in
Scented
my life.
asshole for no reason.
dingleberries, nothing. There was like 1% toilet paper in my ass. I haven't had it that way since I was like 13 years old.
Brand new underwear? Is it, how far did you go to prep?
I was like, hold on a second. I went to the bathroom. Soap and water, like God, it's so like if I could have eaten it, I would have eaten it. It was so clean. It was unbelievably clean. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. It's time to get your money up, and not for now, okay? For the future. You want to find a way to get your money up now, you got to go somewhere else. That's not what I'm talking about right now. And that's not what Acorns is about. Acorns is a financial wellness app that helps you use the magic of compound interest to take control of your money. They have simple tools that make it easy to start saving and investing for your future. Okay, you don't have to be an expert. But remember, this is about investing. I think that we've been manipulated and tricked to the benefit of many different companies out there to think that gambling is investing. Just picking random stocks and hoping they're going to skyrocket up and getting out quickly. That is not investing. That is gambling. Investing is putting your money, parking it, and letting compound interest take place. Okay, what that money is, that same amount 1 year is going to be so much more than you could ever imagine 20 years later, and that's going to set you up for financial security. And that's the goal with Acorns, right?
Yeah, they will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches your money, your goals, whatever it is.
100%.
Personalized.
And that's what they're about. That's what they want to do, right? They're not charging you per transaction. Okay, if they wanted to do that, they'd be like all these other, which are actually gambling sites, not investment sites, that are making money per thing. That's not what they're doing. What they're trying to do is set you up for financial security or allow you to do that for yourself. Okay, you want to do that for your kids. You can even do that for your parents. Okay, you also don't need to be rich to do this. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now, even if you've got spare change. That's it. You could round up. Essentially, every purchase you make, the change is left over, you could round that up, and that can go directly into your Acorns amount. And you leave that in there and let that interest compound. Okay, you can create an account in less than 5 minutes, and Acorns gives you small, simple steps to get you and your money on track. Financial wellness is not impossible. Let Acorns do the hard part so you can give your money a chance to grow. Okay, right now you can sign up and join over 13 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $22 billion with Acorns. Plus, Acorns will boost your new account with a $20 bonus investment. Okay, this offer is available at acorns.com/flagrant. That is acorns.com/flagrant to get your $20 bonus investment today. This is a paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 2 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC is an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/flagrant. Now let's get back to the show. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. You see the lights. You already know what time it is. Hard dick season. Okay, you know, 4 seasons in the year are all hard dick season when Blue Chew is in the system. Blue Chew, the same active ingredient that's inside Viagra, Cialis, but this is the chew. It's one that we rock with. This is one that you get rock with. This is one you keep your wife, your side chick, the new girl you haven't even slept with happy. Okay? Always stay strapped. Also, you can get your first month free. All you got to do is go to bluechew.com. And for more details and important safety information, you can get that over there at bluechew.com as well. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast, and let's get back to the show.
It is crazy that Charlamagne got a full Brazilian wax before Valentine's Day.
Yo, Charlamagne got a full Brazilian from the top. I get down here, but the top is off.
That's crazy.
Wait, like, he barbecue.
And asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
The asshole's not crazy to me.
that's the craziest
This is the part
to
that's
me.
crazy.
It's
Why?
all crazy to me.
Because that means something's going on.
I mean, yeah. And
But hasn't Charlamagne said the thing about the little finger in there?
It's maybe in the past, though.
but hold on, a finger you don't need to wax for.
That's what I'm
It depends what you got going on.
It's not
down
for
there.
the finger.
You know what I mean? What do you think it's for? Nah, y'all are acting
I know,
crazy right
he's
now.
crazy.
No.
He's not crazy.
That's a tongue. That's a tongue.
Y'all going crazy.
You going crazy.
No. You just like
You
a
said
fucking-
you got it waxed.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I never got waxed. I never got waxed. I just do the, little shave.
You can't do too much of a shave though.
Yeah, just a buzz cut. Keep it,
But down there too? You're like
everywhere.
underneath yourself?
Yeah. I
Take
do
your fade on
gooch
your
and
balls?
everything. Yeah.
You open up your cheeks to shave down there?
Yeah.
I feel like that's more homosexual.
How? You spread a cheek and get in there?
Yeah.
You squat?
I got a hairy ass.
You squat? How do you get in?
Nah, it's just, no. Boom, boom, boom.
No, that's
It doesn't
squat.
cut you. It doesn't
You
cut
gotta
you.
go
that
spread
seems
eagle.
too much.
No, if it's on one, it's fine. You don't gotta. What you looking at?
It feels weird separating your butt.
Yeah. I hit the taint, but that's, that seems less.
When you're in the shower and you washing your asshole, you ain't spreading the cheek
Yeah, no.
to
you
get
do that.
inside.
Oh,
All
get
right,
in
so it's the
between,
same
yeah.
shit.
No.
So, well, you got a dirty ass
I don't
asshole.
spread, but I get in between like I'm wiping. But that's still not shaving. That's a different thing.
Yeah, dirty. That's just what I'll go with. You got to spread a cheek, make sure it's clean.
Bro, I don't even shave nothing, bro. That shit is whack.
Ew.
That shit is whack. Sometimes
You
I
came in today's shave. Look at you.
no, this one.
You can
but
tell
no,
your
you
wife
can't.
is home. Now.
Try to pull it together a little bit.
This motherfucker look like a Neanderthal the last
Yeah.
3 weeks.
I did look like Survivor in my own apartment in New
Yeah.
York City. I looked like I was on Castaway or some shit. It was bad.
She's like, yo, you got to wash your hands. Wash. You can tell she's home. That is funny.
Did she tell you had to clean?
Nah, but it was. I mean, it's so bad because I thought I cleaned the apartment good, and then I had the lady that came by. She comes by like once a month to tidy up, and she came by and cleaned it. She spent like 3 hours snitching on me the whole time. I texted my wife like, "Oh yeah, like what do you want me to do with like the crumbs on the bed?" I was like, "You don't have to bring that
What
up."
do you can't just clean them. Fuck you.
That's what I said.
Oh,
That's
she's
crazy.
fired after
Yeah.
that.
She was like,
you
"You
can't be
there?"
snitching on me.
Yeah, do you want me to wash the sheets with all the clothes on it? I was like, "Hey, you don't need to bring any of this up. This is just between us."
Yeah.
But then also remember when I had the stomach
She
flu?
speaks English?
Yeah,
Latina?
yeah.
You would think they would know.
You would think, right?
Lock it up.
You would think. And remember when I had the stomach flu? I accidentally threw up in the toilet, and then some of it splashed on the wall, and I didn't notice. My girl caught it immediately.
I mean,
She goes, "Mark, what is this?"
of course she did. Fucking vomit on the wall.
I didn't know. I
She's
didn't
not
notice.
Columbo, dude. It's vomit on a wall. What the fuck are you talking
It was
about?
one tiny dot in the corner. She was like, "What is
No.
this? This is disgusting."
No.
Yeah, I
Tell the
don't
truth.
yeah.
Say
I don't
Mark
believe it.
threw up all over my bathroom in college once, and we just left the door closed for 3 days until he came back and cleaned it. It was
Oh, I do
so
remember that.
fucking bad.
It was- yeah.
We like
Projectile.
duct taped the door shut,
Yeah, that was bad.
and I was like, "Mark, you got to come back. We're not."
The house was condemned, I think.
It was awful.
Literally, I came
Couldn't
over for
use
the
the
next
bottom
3
floor.
weeks, and the windows in the entire house were just open.
It was awful. So
Yeah, my bad. about
I would
that.
notice that. I think your girl would notice that
It was
too.
bright pink. Do you remember? It was like Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Is your cleaning lady worried about getting sent back?
I don't think so. I think she's a citizen. I mean, I didn't check documentation. I'm not like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like when she came in, I wasn't like, "Yeah, we need papers."
Yeah, none of us do. But I'm a little concerned about
I'm
mine.
quiet.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I inquired.
Oh, you
like,
did?
Yeah, I was like, yo, you good with everything? She's like, yeah, I should be good.
If she wasn't good, what could you do?
Find a new cleaner.
I was like, do I need to start searching? Like, that's,
Yeah, because the way you said it, I was like, you gonna help? Because then
You're
I'm gonna feel bad and I'm gonna try to help.
asking for
What
her.
the fuck I'm gonna do? Well, I can marry her. I'm not married.
You already got one immigrant.
damn. Yeah, I thought about that today. I was talking to my, like, also, they got to be scared, like our cleaning ladies, because they're seeing Trump on an episode and they're like,
That's funny.
you know, like, it's not like that doesn't pop up on one of their feeds. Like, they're just on TikTok or Instagram or some shit, and then they see us all sitting down with the guy who's going
I
to
don't
kick them
think
out.
flagrant pops up on my cleaner lady's feed. I don't think that.
You don't
algorithm.
think the illegal immigrants' feed are full of the guy who's going to kick them out?
That's a decent point.
Okay, yeah.
But maybe, maybe they see that and they're like, "Oh, I'm good."
Because we're going to take care of
Yeah,
it.
because you can just call it Trumpito and just be like, "Yo, but this one we gotta get him off the bus."
I would make the call.
Right?
Not for yours. Not for your fucking snitching ass.
no, come on.
I would-
Yours is a
Yeah,
snitch. Like the fuck.
Clean the crumbs, yo.
Yeah,
What
nah.
you asking me if you got to clean
Nah.
dirty shit?
His wife asked her.
Oh, she
Yeah.
must. She must on the
did.
low. Be like,
There's
"Yo,
no
I-
way. Like they never give up that much info.
Yeah.
She wants to know how dirty you are when she's not around.
Bro, because I was asking her today, I was like, do you have kids? And she's like, yeah, I have 4. And I was like, oh, word. And I was like, how old are they? And she's like, the youngest is 4. And then there's one is 8. And then 2 are already in college. And I was like, oh, shit. Wow. And then she was like, she goes, 2 were born in Mexico. And then she was like, and 2 are born here. And I wasn't interrogating her, but in that moment, I felt like she could think that was a possibility.
Yeah.
And then I did that fucking classic white thing where I was like trying to relate. I don't know why I did this. This is so fucking brutally embarrassing. But I was like, oh, my roommate in college was Mexican. We used to sing mariachi songs all the time. Yeah, we would go to mariachi and we would sing. And then she just stopped talking. She just went back to cleaning. Oh God! Did I become like that guy?
Yeah, I've done that before.
I've
done it.
As you get richer, you stop relating to minorities. It's just like a thing that happens.
I relate to you.
Do you? No.
I did that one time. We had a bunch of moving guys from China, and they didn't really speak much English, but like fully Chinese. And I was like, yo, I'll play some music.
Ship them back.
Chinese moving?
Yeah, that's
what I
crazy.
said.
I never.
Yeah.
They might have been spies. I don't know.
I've seen Jewish moving guys.
Yeah,
How
Moishes.
far down the fucking ladder do you have to be? Where you got a bunch of guys with yarmulkes and the girls moving your shit around. Do they take them right from the West Bank? They're good at moving people's shit out of their house. They're the experts. They'll get you out in 30 minutes. Dov's not here for this combo. Dov left the room immediately.
But no, these Chinese guys came in. I was like, yo, what do you want me to play? Like, is there any music you guys really like? And they're like, no, it's whatever. So I was like playing like a Chinese techno song or whatever. It was like an Asian techno song. I was playing in the house.
Dude, what are you
I was like
doing?
trying to help them
Christ
feel
almighty.
comfy. Yeah. And then by the end, I was like, where are you guys from, by the way? And they're like, oh, we're Kazakh.
Oh,
I was like, oh,
yeah, wrong Asian.
my bad.
Yeah,
my bad, dude.
Just
I
Muslims.
didn't know Kazakhs looked Asian.
Yeah,
Kind of, yeah.
I think the Koreans got over there somehow, man. Dead ass.
Really, there's Koreans?
Yeah, them Koreans.
I thought they were Borat.
Yeah, I think Koreans got over
yeah.
there.
Oh wow.
Look that up.
Huh? Let me find out.
Because there's a bunch of those Koreans in.
They look like Middle Eastern Asian mix.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably that Silk Road shit too. But but that guy Bivol, the guy who fought this past weekend, it was a phenomenal fight. Bitterbiev versus Bivol. Like, if you want to see highest level boxing, watch that.
Yeah. 1
and 2. 2 was this past weekend. Bivol won, and but he's half Korean. So I think Koreans made their way into like the USSR somehow.
Oh, this is hilarious. In the 1930s, thousands of Koreans in the Soviet Union were deported to Central Asia.
Yeah, and
supposedly to prevent further Japanese espionage.
That's one way of doing it. You know what I mean? We put them in the camp. They just let them go to Central Asia.
But
That's kind of nice.
It's also
Deporting Koreans to prevent Japanese espionage is really fun.
Guys.
That's a valid point, actually. That's a good counterpoint.
How the fuck? You don't think we had a couple mistakes with the Japanese internment camps? You don't think there was a Chinatown in some of those internment camps?
Also, if they're Japanese and said they're Korean, you're going to be like, okay.
But also, they send them to a country, but they already have a country. It's like
like they could have sent them back to Korea.
And they're like, nah, you're going to Kazakhstan.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. Some of those deportation things are wild. My buddy Christoph, you know Christoph.
Yeah, of
he
course.
had a funny joke where he's like, you think on the deportation flights when they send Mexican immigrants back to Mexico, the pilot still does an announcement?
like what?
He just gets on mic. He's like, hey guys, it's going to be kind of a bumpy flight going to Mexico City. Better luck next time. And just like drops them off. Like, do they do the safety thing? Like, it's just such a funny idea. Like, you got to get deported and you also have a middle seat. You're like, fuck, dude.
I mean,
It
do we
sucks.
pay for the flight? How does that work?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just put them on like Spirit Air and we just send them down there, I think.
Yeah.
And some people get first
Safest
class.
airline right now.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Have they not crashed at all?
Delta keeps crashing, dog.
Huh?
Delta keeps crashing.
They had one. They
had another. No, they had another. Had to die, or like it was diverted because it was on fire, smoking or something like that.
That happens, bro.
I saw
Team Delta.
I saw something that's probably fake.
Thinking about switching, but I got.
But it's apparently there's been less crashes this year than any other year in recent history. It's just the
that shit.
It's just in the news.
yeah.
No, it's
but
the
there's a
train
term
thing.
for that.
It's a train derailment.
What is that?
Remember when in East Palestine there was a train derailment, and then the next like 4 months it was like another train crashed. This train
Yeah.
got vandalized. The robbery on a train.
Yeah.
And it was just all these train stories. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, train stories are hot right now because this big one. So let's just fill it up with train stories.
I don't believe this.
It was the same thing with migrant crime. 'Cause
Yes.
that was the big story. So they were reporting
Yeah, but
every single
here's
type of time.
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Train derailment, pretty big story. Migrant crime, that's like small things. Like you can't really ignore. You can ignore 1,000 migrant crimes and just say, you know what I mean? But a fucking Delta flight flipping on its complete 180, that's a big story. And if we're seeing more and more of those, then it's probably like it's never like they would underreport that before.
Yeah.
That's always a story.
You know, every one of the pilots that have crashed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Is
Is
you want to finish the sentence?
if you could guess, what would it be?
Gay?
No, close.
I don't know. He said the flight was flaming. I don't know.
No, it's a female pilot. I don't want to make a big deal about it because people have died and lost their lives. But
In the Toronto one, no one died, so you can make fun of it.
female pilot also though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was also crosswind, right?
So they say.
But what happened? What was she was trying to
Apparently, she didn't land. Though, like she didn't adjust well
she was
enough.
trying to like parallel park it or something?
Yeah.
I think she thought she saw an insect of some sort and then hit a fucking hard left and that shit just barrel rolled. That's what I think happened. I think it's hard for them to control their emotions in those moments. And she freaked out. That's my personal opinion. Okay.
You saw the video of all of them getting off the plane and the flight attendant grabbed the ass?
What?
You didn't see this? Hold on, let me pull this up. This is hilarious. Hold on. You didn't see?
No.
Oh, this is fire. Hold on, let me look this up. Hang on.
Grabbed whose ass?
The people coming off the plane. So people are like filing off. They're like, everyone get off, leave your stuff, leave your stuff. The flight attendant was like just palms. I think it was a girl, but still just like palmed that thing.
Do I was just gonna switch to Delta. Do I still do this?
Nah, Delta's fire.
I got
You
no
gotta go
status
Delta.
with these guys.
You gotta
I
go
gotta
Delta.
start all
You gotta-
over.
you
No, you gotta go Delta. And you'll be there. You fly every single weekend.
Yeah,
you'll
you'll
be
get
there
it and-
faster than anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're also not looking for upgrades anyway, right? Like you're buying
Yeah,
yourself a first class ticket or whatever.
Yeah, but I got that. But the high stats is kind of nice. They just hook you up, get on board early, all that little shit.
You get on board early anyway. You're first class.
Everyone's getting off, right? Oh,
Oh no, she's deep.
No, she got in the hole.
that was full on, right? She waxed before that and everything. Like she got fully caked up. Oh,
Oh no, that's crazy.
for no reason. Oh, with the double tap? Unnecessary.
I mean,
IUDs readjusted.
Yeah, IUD is completely readjusted.
Anyway,
I mean, that's crazy. You get off the plane, your girl's in front of you, just getting grabbed up.
by
Like,
that chick, I'm all right with it. I'm good. I'm
you didn't help us put our bags up when we boarded. Now you're grabbing ass on the way out.
Now, fucking Steve Smith Sr. is the flight attendant that we might have. I know. All right, now what's the deal, guys? We had a lot of conversation on the internet about DOGE.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Seems like some people are pretty upset about this DOGE.
Well, yeah, I don't get it. I'm actually on board with what I'm hearing. What was John Stewart saying? You were
Now,
saying-
John had a
Yeah,
fire
he
piece.
killed
John's the GOAT.
Yeah, we loved. Obviously, I'm a big fan. I'm a fan. What do you say?
he's just saying like, if you want to start cutting places, there's a lot of easier targets to cut. Like,
If we got the piece, you could play like the
yeah.
first 30 seconds or
but
so.
they might bang us on YouTube.
I guess you're
It is,
right. Yeah. All right, so go. What does he say?
But just like, hey, we can cut Pentagon defense spending. We can
Love
cut,
all
like,
this.
Yeah,
we
but
can stop giving, what was it, like hedge fund? No, it was the gas companies like $3 billion in subsidies when they're already profitable by
yeah.
trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
Doing the thing that John always does, which is like pointing out the most awesome things.
Yeah.
And he's just brilliant at it. So here's the frustration with DOGE. And we're having this talk about on Idiots too. And it's a real bummer that this has become such like a bipartisan conversation a partisan conversation because there is bipartisan support for it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like every single American is like, yo, there's probably some government inefficiency. No one really trusts the government that much anymore, right? They either don't trust the Republicans, they don't trust the Democrats, or they don't trust the institutions as a whole, right? So this is the time in history to go get some of the bloat out of government, right? Because we all seem to support it. Even Bernie Sanders is like, yo, I don't agree with Trump on everything, but I do agree we should look into that Pentagon budget. Why have they never been audited?
Yeah.
Like there is support here. And because of the way that they're maybe going about it, right? They're kind of, I don't even know if this has happened historically. Charlemagne was pointing out that like Clinton did it, but he did it through government. But because this guy, who's this very polarizing figure, Elon, is coming in and he's just seemingly hacking away at these different industries that are connected to government. Some people feel like without any real justification, like I guess maybe they don't understand why he feels so confident that he can cut these jobs.
Yeah.
Is that the concern?
Well, he's also hired a lot back.
And then some of them are hired back, which I think should happen.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
But I guess the tricky thing right here, I'm curious you guys' take on this, is that like there's all the support, and because Elon is so polarizing, I actually think it's going to be harder to execute something that Americans as a whole do want.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things where like being antagonistic and polarizing,
Yes.
like being what Elon is actually hurting
Yes.
a very bipartisan supported effort,
Yeah.
which is to clean up government.
Yep.
And I wonder if he can look at this and learn and go, oh shit, I'm actually doing something that people want to do, people want in a way that is going to make it harder. Or do you think he just looks at it as a CEO and goes, I'm cutting and I don't give a fuck what you
The
do.
latter.
Yeah.
That one.
And that's just going to piss people off.
Yes.
But that's how he's done with every company. Did that with Tesla. He did that
government's
with
not a company.
Twitter.
But go on.
That's why they got him for it. They're like, hey, you got to start treating the government like a company.
Which I don't disagree with in principle at all.
I do. Because it's like, these are government agencies that were put there to fix a problem. It wasn't like, hey, this is just a profitable thing that we just have to, our only concern is making profit.
Here's where I would say, and
So
maybe
you
there's
have
a
to be
middle
more
ground between
delicate
what I'm
with the
saying
cuts.
and what you're saying. If you are not driven on in some fashion by some kind of bottom line, there is going to be bloat because there's no incentive for the government to ever lay off anyone. And this is where I agree with what Vivek was saying. The government bloats because you can't fire anybody. Because why would you? They're government employees. They don't have to work hard. They don't have to do anything. The simple email, this seemed to cause, and to me, I'm an idiot. Simply asking, what did you get done this week? Is a very easy thing. And if you have trouble with that email, to me, it's as an idiot, granted, it seems like you didn't do anything this week probably, and your job is probably losable.
And I look at that as like, yo, who the fuck are you? I have people that I report to, heads of my agency. They're the ones that I answer to. I'm not answering to some motherfucker who just was granted this power and unconstitutionally. And now I have to prove my worth to this guy. Fuck him. That's how I.
Good counterpoint.
I got this message from Jason yesterday at 11:03 p.m. Guys, I don't recommend sending a DOGE email to your wife to provide 5 bullet points of what they accomplished last week.
Shout out to Jason, dude. That's so good.
That's funny.
That's really good.
Son,
Yeah.
we should do that and just get the reaction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. That's,
You're not doing that shit.
I'm gonna drop it right now and just see it. Just no context. I'm gonna ask.
Wait, how you framing it?
I'm gonna say, hey, can you send me just a 5 bullet point message of what
Are we
you
all
got
doing
accomplished this last week?
No, I can't
Mine's
do
gonna
it.
come back with like a list.
See, everyone
Mine's gonna come back with like a list of 20,
y'all ain't all doing
and
it-
she gonna be like, word.
I already told my wife what Jason texted the group.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's listening in live.
Yeah,
now.
Jason
She
sent
just
the
heard
same
it.
message.
I wonder if that's even I wonder if that's a real piece of change that he's trying to implement, or that's just an antagonistic measure to rile up the base.
I don't care either way. Send the fucking email.
Right.
To me, just send the email. Like, oh, I'm antagonized, so I'm not going to report on what I did. If you did something, send the email.
Well, what does it do? I think that's my question about it is like, what does it do? It just puts them in a position where they're going to have to potentially lie. I just don't know if it's effective. Nobody's going to answer that email. I've done nothing. You should probably fire me next. They're going to find bullshit that they did, so we don't actually get to clean anything up. And now you got people bickering online over something we actually agree on.
Yeah, they're also gonna use AI to like analyze it, I think, which that might be easy to trick.
What does that mean?
Like I think like they're like getting all these federal emails like from thousands and thousands of people. So they're gonna have
5 million federal employees.
So they're gonna have AI like parse what people did and like the top performing people and the lower performing people.
Yeah.
And so that seems gamifiable to me.
Yo, I wonder if they went about this a little different. Like instead of doing it on a person to person basis, which these emails are, right? Because that's when I start to have empathy for someone who's about to lose their job and now said they provide for their family, right? And now I'm less supportive of these cutting measures that DOGE is doing. But rather analyze the different, I don't know what you would even call them. Like, what would you call like, it's not a business department. Yeah. Analyze these departments for inefficiency as a whole. Prove transparently to the American people that there is inefficiency there. Like I thought the most effective thing they did, and I don't even know if it's true, is showed all the dead people that are still getting Social Security. Right? I don't even know if that's a real thing. But if you could actually show proof that dead people were getting Social Security, like people who've been dead 200 years still getting Social Security, you have unanimous support from Americans to be like, all right, well, cut that guy's Social Security. He's been dead 200 years. So start at the department show the inefficiency, and then you could pass it off to the senators or whoever you want to pass some sort of legislation to cut parts of that department. But when you go person to person and judging off the email they said, now I start to feel like, well, shit, I had a lazy week last week, but 2 weeks ago I was working overtime every single night. You didn't email me then?
Yeah.
But I think Elon's perspective, and he reposted this thing from Milton Friedman, which is basically they just go through every department and he just says, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. I think Milton Friedman had 3 that he wanted to keep. It was like justice. I forget. There was like 2 others. I don't even remember.
Right.
But everything else got to go. To cut all of them.
So then why are you even emailing if you know what you got to cut?
Well, I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to use that as proof to be like, yeah, all these got to go.
Oh, also, can we just do a little sports real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Because this is a big. It's gonna have, I guess, already happened. But tonight, Luka and the Lakers are playing the Dallas Mavericks for the first time since Luka got traded.
Ooh.
So I truly believe Luka will score 60. Like, not even a fucking question in my mind. Luka scores 60. If you want to put money on Luka over, take it.
Really?
This guy, first of all, loves playing on nationally televised games. He's keenly aware of when those moments are, and he always plays better. And he has an extra vendetta. Like, the Mavs
huge.
traded this guy and then just said he was fat and lazy and out of shape. And he's going to be like, I will show you fat and lazy and out of shape. And he had his first good game as a Laker on Friday.
Oh, so
he had
now
like
he's cooking.
35. He had like 36, 18, some crazy stat line. He's going to fucking destroy them, and I'm going to love it.
These guys are these guys are insanely competitive, so obviously he's going to go for it. Do you think that the Lakers support it? Do you think the Lakers are going to feed him all night?
And I also think LeBron is he's a battery in your back guy.
Yeah.
Like, the difference between him and Jordan, and you can side however you want, but Jordan was, I'm going to take care of this guy. Kobe's and I'm going to take care of this guy. LeBron is, we're going to take care of this guy. I'm going to put the battery in your back to give you your best performance. I guarantee you LeBron's in his ear all week. You do whatever you got to do. This is your show. You're the best player. Telling him everything.
Is it in LA or Dallas?
It's going to be in LA. The Dallas one is April 9th.
That would be fun.
I want to go to that game.
Yeah, you should definitely.
Yeah, I want to start a fuck you, Nico chant.
How do you think Anthony Davis feels right now?
Hurt, probably in pain.
Yeah, I've been seeing people.
Fucking Laker fans, idiots. Yo, I was going off on the trade, and so many fucking idiot Lakers fans were like, you don't know what you got in Anthony Davis. The first game he got hurt, quarter 3, playing out of his mind for 3 quarters. Hurt might be a season-ending injury.
Oh,
and apparently, there's rumors that it was an injury that the Mavs, like the team knew he had, but they just pushed the trade through and forced it through.
Wow.
And then when they found out how bad it was, they didn't do an adequate physical. There's a rumor they tried to get the trade rescinded, but everybody had already played games, and it was too late.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bunch of fucking
Release
bunch of fucking
Release
morons.
them.
Bunch of fucking idiots. And I hope Luka scores 82 on you. I hope he eclipses Kobe. God bless Kobe, but I hope he does better. It's gonna be exciting. You should watch. And honestly, just bet the Lakers over.
It's fun to root for white guys.
If
right?
not, even if this has already happened, April 9th. Dude, yeah.
It is.
I'm pro DEI.
It's exciting.
I'm pro DEI, so I'm pro Luka. I love a confident white guy.
Yes.
I love JJ Redick. I love what the Lakers got going on over there. I love Austin Reeves. It's a white team. Yeah. This is the only time Showtime is going to be punctual.
Guys, if you want to get your bets in, you go with Stake, okay? Stake is the largest.
The world's largest U.S. social casino.
That is true.
The world's largest U.S. social
It's
casino.
the world's largest U.S. social casino.
Yeah.
Again, we don't know what that means. We are committed to never learning what that means.
Yeah.
But if you find yourself at U.S. social casinos and you want to know which one is the largest
In the world?
in the whole world,
Rwanda don't got a larger U.S. social casino
definitely
than the
not.
U.S.
Barely got a hotel. I think you go to Stake and make sure to use the promo code FLAGRANT for your welcome bonus.
Sports,
Okay?
politics, whatever you want to bet on.
Bet
You
on
got it.
whatever you want. You do it over there at Stake, and make sure you use FLAGRANT for that welcome bonus. Now let's get back to the show.
Pretty much going to every department and just firing everyone that's on probation, because those are the ones you can get away with firing because they're not, their job isn't actually finalized yet.
Got it.
And it's like, even that, it's like, all right, so now all this young crop of people who are probably qualified because if they got hired in the first place,
Right.
now you're just getting rid of all that. And now you're going to have just a bunch of old people who've been doing it the old way all this time. It's like, where's the change? Like, you're going to just have the same thing going on. And
I don't know
no
that
new
that's
change.
necessarily true.
Because usually what they do is they fire the old people
Yeah.
because they make way more money.
Yeah, but they're firing all the people on probation.
But why would the young people be on probation?
To clarify, it's not a
Somebody-
punishment probation. It's a probationary hiring period. You're on the beginning end.
Sorry.
Of it.
So maybe what they're doing is, maybe the thought behind it is, hey, these people aren't even officially hired. And if we know that these departments have a lot of bloat, why would we fire the people that have been working there for decades and that's what they've committed their life to? Why don't we lay off the people
I think that's
who
what you
haven't even
start
started?
with. And then eventually they're going to start cutting some of the bloat as well. I do think it's a multi-step process. I do think I'm okay with overcutting government right now because I know what will happen over time is things get added and bloated again. So it's just like, let's cut as much as we can now. And I'm sure over time.
That's
it's
a
gonna
good
bloat
point
again.
because this is not like a one-time fix. You're going to have to do this every single fucking year until the end of the country. And unfortunately, we probably are at a point where we're so bloated that we're going to need some pretty drastic cuts.
And dude, I was in California this weekend. Weather's obviously fucking awesome, all that. But you're like, oh, you're taxing us at 51% if you're in the top income bracket. But homelessness is still a rampant issue. Education didn't seem to be very good. Like public school system doesn't be good. And I'm not saying taxes never work and not taxing always works at all. But you have to accept that money seems to be getting used inefficiently, at least in the states that get taxed the highest. So why not cut those budgets down, see if the money can get used efficiently? At the very least, we're not wasting our tax money.
I talked to an FBI guy recently, and I was asking about like Cash Patel and like shutting down the Hoover building, all this stuff. He's like, you shouldn't shut it down, but he's like, there is so much bureaucracy and bloat within the FBI that you just have like people that have been there for 20 years that haven't done a case in like 3 decades, or like they've been there for their whole life, haven't done a case in 3 decades, and they don't know what's going on, and they get more risk averse over time. So like he's like, when I started, I was getting assigned on all these jobs, we were getting all these different cartels, we were getting all these different organized crime things, and now I'm trying to get assigned to stuff, and they're like, it's too risky, don't do it. And he's like, but my job is to go in and infiltrate and get these gangs. So like, what is my purpose? And like slowly he was getting pulled back and put on more easier jobs like busting buys and like little crack things. And he was like, this is a waste of time. Yeah. So they're getting more risk averse. They're getting more comfortable in their positions. And he's like, yeah, you do need to get rid of a lot of people.
I wonder if that is to do with the like the reward matrix. Like with, cops, I think in the city, there's a quota to the amount of like tickets they have to give out. So you could go and find the really egregious things and go give them a ticket. Or you could wait in like a dark side street of a place where guys do like drag racing a lot. Yeah. And then clip them every Friday night when they're drag racing. Yeah. Like I wonder if you just gravitate towards the easiest things, which is the risk averse situation. But when it's the FBI, the thing that's going to probably help the country the most is when you're going at the most dangerous. So now you're clipping this low level bullshit that isn't really helping the everyday person just so you can meet your quota. Yeah. So maybe you need to restructure the reward.
Yeah. And again, multi-step process. I think this is step one. I don't think this is the perfect solution. I just like actionable steps being taken.
I just wish because I like the fact that somebody from outside is coming in to make these changes.
Agreed.
Because I don't think people from within, we can't ask you, hey, how can we take money away from you and how can we fire your people? Yeah. They're not going to.
And if you were going to change it, you would have already done
exactly.
it. Yeah.
But I think they should work alongside. So you have Elon working alongside with some of these department heads and things like that. And now it's like, okay, he's like, what does this department do? What is this money for? Like you have to do a bit more surgical cuts than the way that they're doing it right now. Because you saw they fired people that were in charge of fucking the nuclear warheads and shit like that, had to hire them back. And like that could have been a crazy mistake.
I get what he's saying. Like there is risk to the overfiring, especially in certain sectors.
I agree. I don't necessarily think that risk is as good. Like I don't think the risk is so catastrophic. I think potentially firing these guys, we're not going to be like, oh shit, a nuke got fired. Like it's just, we're not firing the guys that are.
No, but that could have happened.
I think that's a bit hyperbolic. That's all I'm saying.
Also, you could hire them back. It's not like they're going to work for like the nuke place down the block.
Yeah, but
like, they're the nuke guys.
Yeah, but we just don't know how much like other countries are targeting that thing. Like say if there's one person who's like cybersecurity protecting other countries from accessing our nukes, and now we were just like with no security there for like a day or two.
I mean,
that was the one time, boom, they got in.
If I'm like any of our ops, I'm trying to get a spy into DOGE.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm trying to get them to push cuts in certain sectors that would be advantageous for me as the opposition. Yeah. So I want them to cut defense spending. Yeah. I want them to cut any sort of like security apparatus. Maybe it's a nuclear program. I would want them to cut development programs in AI or these other technological things that are really going to put America ahead of every other country in the world. Now, I'm sure there are certain measures that are, put in place to like stop that from happening, but that's kind of how I'm thinking about this. Is like a once in a lifetime opportunity if you're another country.
Bro, the way these other countries do this shit is so wild. I was reading the story. I was talking to this FBI guy, and he was telling me this thing that he infiltrated that they had. There's a guy that's one of the top neo-Nazis on Twitter, and he has like a bunch of Twitter accounts, and he's just putting like all this racist bullshit.
What's his name?
Ronaldo Nazario is putting all this like super racist shit. He just runs like hate pages. He's like, the Jews do this, black people do this, da da da. Look at this crime. We got to make America white. He's like a white supremacist. He lives in St. Petersburg. Gets apparently
Russia or Florida?
In Russia. Okay. Yeah, that's important. And yeah, he's in Russia. Apparently he's like a teacher that teaches English, but is getting paid. Like apparently someone like audited his bank account, like hacked into his thing. He's getting paid like millions of dollars to be like an English teacher, allegedly. And is pumping all this neo-Nazi shit, creating neo-Nazis in America, aggregating all these like incel kids, and then basically from St. Petersburg in Russia is like convincing them to do domestic terrorism. And like they're literally putting in spies, like domestic terrorists, infiltrating, getting them riled up, somehow getting them money in some cases, aggregating all of them, getting them like training techniques, sending them like field manuals from the Marines and shit, and basically like promoting them to do acts of terrorism.
And half of these idiots don't even, I bet 99% of these idiots don't even realize they're being manipulated.
Yeah.
They actually think they're fighting a good fight.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's on point. He's got all the real research. I'm going to go and do my YouTube. My YouTube or my Googling to find out why this is all justified. And you can find a justification for anything. I mean, them motherfuckers believe the earth is flat.
Yeah.
So they are out there thinking they're doing the Lord's work when they're doing Putin's.
Crazy. And then they're setting up like, yo, we're going to shoot up this thing. We're going to try to free this guy from prison. We're going to go kill this family because they're communists. And they're literally plotting all the shit, buying all the equipment. And this FBI guy infiltrated them to take them out.
There's a guy, I forget his name, but he was bragging about how he was like one of the most viewed people on Twitter, right? And a lot of his shit is just like the Jews do this, the Jews do that, right? And they probably do, but but that's what his Twitter is. And he was talking about, he's like, yeah, I was one of the most viewed on Twitter, and I wonder if he even realized that like those views might be amplified by our opposition.
Yeah,
they want that unrest in America.
It's crazy.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
And he's out there going, no, the people really understand what I'm saying. They really care about what I'm saying. It's like, no, Russia does, China does. They don't even give a fuck about the Jews or not. It could be anybody. It could be Black Lives Matter. I'm sure that they were pumping the exact same people that were shitting all over Black Lives Matter. Wow.
Yeah.
This is the kind of information that we need out there.
Yeah.
So the people don't succumb to it, because you get those views, your tweets are popping.
Yeah.
You think you're lit.
Yeah.
You think you found out.
Yeah, this is literally from the BBC, this article. This guy, Nazar, is running a militant group from Russia.
Wow.
And this is just one guy. Like, I don't even know how many other guys there are that are doing this kind of stuff.
I'm sure we're doing the same shit
Probably.
over there, but they start to restrict their internet for that reason. We act like they restrict the internet in these other countries because like they want to control the ideology within the country. You can control the ideology within your country very easily.
Yeah.
You can't control it from the outside. Like, I bet there's way more restriction in other countries simply because they got to worry about their ops. And we are probably the best at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. It's a weird thing because, like, I'm not anti-free speech. Like, I think we should have free speech, but also people need to know how free speech can be used against them.
So then that's the education process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, like, you might see something, it's like some racist guy on Twitter posting funny memes, and you're like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool. But like, you get in with them, and then you start messaging them, and then they're like, oh yeah, come join our, like, our Telegram or whatever. And then you get on a Zoom call with them, then you get vetted by this guy in Russia. He does a one-on-one call with you to see if you're good, sends you an address to go to, you meet with the guys over there.
Do you think Dan Bilzerian knows this? Like, do you think he knows he's been tricked into doing this?
Bro.
Why has he become such like the Jews do everything bad? Like, this pivot for him, like he was just he was partying, getting pussy, shooting machine guns, and now all of a sudden he's like the Jews are to blame for everything.
Well, because it's hot right now. You get crazy views on it.
But does he not get views off the pussy anymore? Like, has culture moved away from it, and now he had to find another grift?
Yes. Yeah.
It's interesting to see these guys pivot. And they all have pivoted in the same direction. Like, all the manosphere guys are now the Jews are the problem of the world. Not all, but you've seen a lot of them gravitate into that space. Now they're like political experts. They're analysts on culture, geopolitics.
It's just polluting a otherwise perfectly accurate message.
Yeah, y'all are right about it. But it's like to see the exact groups pivot the message exactly. Do you think they know that they're being tricked and manipulated?
I mean, yeah, I think they're all just kind of following whatever works.
Is it just the trend? Is it like, oh, this is hot on the internet, so I'm gonna go.
I don't have talent, so where's the views?
Plastic bag in the wind. I'm just gonna rile shit up.
Bro, you're sounding lip-pilled right now, dude.
Am I lip-pilled?
You're giving them more credit than I think they deserve. I think a lot of them don't realize they're being manipulated.
Oh, yes. I agree.
Yeah.
They don't realize it.
Yeah.
But I think what Akaash is saying, I thought what you were saying is they're just going towards the views. The views are in this direction. They're just following it.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And they have no clue they could be manipulated by a foreign government.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Bro, are you a Jew lover, dude? Dude, ever since you went to Hollywood, bro.
I can't believe you fucking said that, dude. Fuck that, dude. I don't believe in DEI.
Yeah.
Dude, white supremacy is such DEI. Why don't we ever have that conversation?
Yeah.
Like these white guys who are like, I believe in meritocracy, except white people should control everything and we gotta stop letting everybody else control us. All right, then control it, fam.
That's what was so.
How do the Jews control the world? They can't even control Jew land. There's a little piece of land that they've been fighting over, yet they control the whole world.
Yeah.
We talked about that with the Vivek rant. It's like, you guys love what Vivek is saying if you think he's talking to black people. The second white people get told, pull yourself up by your bootstraps,
Like, whoa!
how fucking dare
they
you?
go DEI, right?
Yeah. How dare
White
you?
people love DEI when it's
do.
for white people.
Yeah.
That shit is so gay.
Yeah.
This needs to be a white country. Make it white. Make some babies, pussy.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? Go to the IVF doctor like your boy. If you can't get it done, you know, Elon's out here trying to keep it white. He got 13 motherfucking babies. He's doing his part. This shit is so pussy. Whenever you see
the blackest thing he does.
Right? Got 13 baby mamas all suing him. Black people are like, nah, he's spitting. He's spitting. I like this guy.
Yo,
But there
that
is something
crazy.
to that, like the white supremacy shit being DEI. Because if you think you're the best, go be the best.
Yeah.
Like, don't cry about it. Just do it. Like, white people colonized the entire world. During that time, they weren't like, oh, we need to be the best. We're the master race.
Yeah.
They were just doing it.
Yeah.
They were just like, look, the
Yeah.
sun doesn't set on the British Empire. We don't got to tell you anything.
Go
else.
back to that. Build a ship.
Build a
Yeah,
ship.
get a longboat.
Colonize somebody.
Yeah, grow your beard out.
Don't fucking cry on Twitter about the Jews.
Yeah, white supremacy is lame, dude.
I just like
Racism, that makes more sense.
racism kind of fire.
Racism makes more, because that's easier to get on board with. You'd
Yeah.
be like, hey, those people smell. You'd be like, all right, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Talking about you?
No, I'm just saying, it's whoever you want it to be. You put anyone in there. That's a choose your own adventure. But those
See how
people
I got
smell.
defensive?
All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. Let's just be honest. Some of y'all smell like shit. All right. And I'm not talking about you haven't showered like Mark. I'm talking about you just letting your skin be the scent that's vibrating in the universe. You don't have to do that. We got performance enhancing fragrances. House of the Stand right here. Okay. If you're looking for a fragrance that's not basic, come on, fellas, step it up. Do you want to smell like every other guy that she slept with? No. You don't want to smell like her abusive ex. You want to stand out. You want to smell different. You want new memories, not those horrible memories that wrapped up in tears and trauma. Okay? That's what those other fragrances are. You want the House of the Stand. Okay? Maybe my Persian accent is not perfect. Maybe it's the stan. Okay? But what will happen no matter what is panties will be on the floor. And that's what you care about. You need this... These centuries of Persian artistry mixed with Parisian refinement and a little bit of New York edge, obviously. Ugh, beautiful. Every scent is crafted using monolithic fragrance techniques. 3 key ingredients blend perfectly with every single note, and it lasts all day. They have softer scents like you and fresh, vibrant scents like Light Breeze. This is the Light Breeze. Guaranteed panty dropper. You're welcome. Okay? Tons on their website. Each one is chic, approachable, and unforgettable. So here's the kicker. You can't find this anywhere else but maxaroma.com. Okay? So if you're ready to step up your scent game and stand out like a boss, hit up maxaroma.com/flagrant and discover House of the Stand. Go ahead, smell like greatness. That's www.maxaroma.com/flagrant. Now let's get back to the show.
Also, guys, we got to take a break real quick so we can talk about Squarespace. If you are looking to build a website, Squarespace is where you need to go. That's all you got to do. They make it easy to create a beautiful website to help you engage with your audience, sell anything from products to content to time-saving measures, and you can do it all on your terms. They got Squarespace Payments, which is the easiest way to manage your payments in one place. And onboarding is fast and simple. You get started in just a few clicks clicks, start receiving payments right away, guys. It's easy, it's fast, it's a no fucking brainer. You give your customers more ways to pay as well with popular payment methods like Klarna, ACH, Direct Debit, Apple Pay, Afterpay, ClearPay, probably some other pays I don't even know about. And design intelligence from Squarespace is fire. It uses cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. Design intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to their specific needs and craft a bespoke digital identity to address one's entire online presence. And last but not least, Squarespace can help you with SEO. You know, SEO is everything. People pay tens of thousands of dollars for Google SEO help. Well, every Squarespace website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, an auto-generated sitemap, and more, so you show up more often to more people in global search engine results. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, squarespace.com/flagrant to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain, guys. 10% off if you go to squarespace.com/flagrant. Do that now. Let's get back to the show.
Yo, how do you feel about the Nazi salutes? Because now those are
Who Bannon threw one up?
Yeah,
But
so,
he's just a fucking.
But like now, does that put any credence on what Elon did, or because clearly what Bannon did was intentional? Like we
yeah.
can't say that was. Like,
I think what he
autism.
did is, I think he did it. I think he just wants attention. Like, I think Bannon's on the outs. He's just trying to get attention. He's trying to rally people. This is what he's been good at, but now he's no longer on the inside. So he's just trying to like get shit going and cook stuff up. And the only way he knows how to do it is to be super antagonistic, and he can tap into that core.
But you don't think they also see the rise of white supremacy and they're like, yo, we gonna rile it up?
He's got great hair.
It could be. No,
He's
it
got
could be.
incredible-
It could be. I also think, to Schultz's point, it's the same thing the red pill guys are doing, where it's like, oh, okay, here's an opportunity. Let me make some noise. Let me get some attention. Let me do whatever. Let me throw this hand up. You see what I'm saying? Like, to Schultz's point, I need attention. I'm starved for attention. I'm not getting it any other way because I'm not good enough at what I do. So I have to reach for this low-hanging fruit.
Bannon just wants attention.
There you go.
It's also worth noting, like, even
That
this guy
shit's
was talking,
scary.
he's like, the neo-Nazi shit, he's like, there's maybe like a couple thousand. It's like, it's not like this rampant thing. Not all Republicans are neo-Nazis. Like, not all of them.
No,
like,
of course not.
The
but I
vast
mean,
majority, probably.
All groups start small and then they keep going.
Right.
So it's like, that's a shit. I don't want people to get comfortable with that happening.
Miles, tell us about your people. Go.
No, I just also think the fear is that like these are people that are very close to Trump. They're, even if they're a small group, this Steve Bannon was his former like chief strategist.
Isn't he on the outs now, though? Elon, I understand the fear more.
Like he's at the largest political activist group for conservatives. Like he, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
They're in position, even if they're not within the cabinet, they're within pretty high positions within this. I think that's the fear people are having.
Yeah. And you normalize that shit.
But a lot of these neo-Nazis hate Trump. Like, they hate Republicans. They hate America because
it's-
America's like funding it.
No, but his
Who do you
point
think
is
they
just
hate
in
more,
general.
Trump
Yeah.
or Kamala?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's interesting. So this guy was saying that a lot of them voted for Hillary. They voted for Kamala because they're accelerationists. They're like, if we vote for Hillary, the whole country will get destroyed, the border will be open, police will be defunded, and then that'll lead us to our ultimate D-Day, which is when white people
So
control the world.
I think you're arguing different things too. I think you're arguing that true neo-Nazis and what they believe and feel is one thing. And I think Alexx is saying making it normal, making it okay to just throw up a Nazi salute will move people toward being more okay with racism, correct?
Yes.
And you take away from the actual criticism. Like, you should be able to criticize Israel like every other fucking country in the world.
Yeah.
Like, we criticize Canada left and right. We can't criticize Israel.
Yeah.
Like, literally, all of us called Justin Trudeau a cuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Every single day for like 3 years straight.
Yeah.
We can't talk about fucking Bibi Netanyahu? Of course we can't.
And
But when you
sometimes
start
Jewish
throwing-
people tie it in. If you
Yes, of
criticize
course.
Israel, then
Yes.
it's like, oh, that's
Which is unfair.
anti-Semitic.
Which is unfair.
Yeah.
But when you throw a fucking Nazi salute up, now it gives them credence to thinking
now
that it's anti-Semitism.
They have their ammo to go, look at that.
If
you guys
don't
are.
do that, if you're just like, yo, that guy who runs a country is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Or call him
Exactly.
gay like we
Yeah.
did Justin Trudeau. That's really effective. Nobody's tried that with him. Question is sexuality.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau had to step down. That's facts.
That's
But
true.
then how come you're at this conservative convention and no one is
We don't know if no one's pushing back. There are people that not
barely? I
we
don't see
can't
Fox
assume.
News saying, oh, that was so wrong of him doing
he's
that.
right
Again,
about that.
I don't watch enough Fox to know. I don't watch enough Fox to know.
But we don't hear it in the zeitgeist.
Yeah, like Trump should be coming out, yo, I don't agree with that. The fact that
Trump
you're
would
not,
never do that, but
Yeah.
to your point, the zeitgeist doesn't seem to be like, we didn't even know about that. The zeitgeist doesn't seem like, what the fuck is this guy doing at the CPAC? Or
Also,
whatever
there's
it's called.
so many people that like this is the other thing, and I will defend politicians even on both sides on this, is like, you don't have to come out against every single thing that someone within your party does. Like, it's not up to the leader of the Democratic Party to talk about the fringe senator that says there's 67 genders and be like, I don't believe in that. Which, to be honest, is just as like annoying to the American voter. It might be advantageous to do that for the Democrats to like call them out, but it's not up to Kamala, whoever the fuck is out there, for every single senator that opens their mouth or every single like local congressman that opens their mouth and says some goofy shit to be like, I disavow. You can be disavowing all
This
day.
is
But I
Steve
think-
Bannon at CPAC.
But he's kicked out. For me, I'm like, if I'm part of Trump's squad, I'm like, yo, we kicked that goofy motherfucker out. He's just trying to get attention. I don't even know why you let him on stage.
Say that.
No, I don't-
But the
I
fact
think-
that you say quiet, it's like,
I don't think Trump's got to say anything necessarily. I think Al's point does hold some credence or whatever credibility, though, in that it doesn't seem to be nobody seems to be reacting, which is a little crazy. There's no tweets that we're seeing. There's no nothing. There's no stories. I don't think Trump has to acknowledge everything. I think we put that on him.
yeah, I don't say everything.
But
I think that's at a level that needs to
I
be
don't
acknowledged.
personally necessarily. I'm like, there's people who take shots at us sometimes or say crazy, and we're not even giving them oxygen.
That's true.
Okay.
Think
But
about it.
I
Like,
think the fact that nobody's saying anything.
I think
is
Bannon's
a little
below
weird.
the level of react to. He's just a citizen at this point. He's not even part of government. Like, if he's influential in this, what is it called? Not CPAC.
CPAC.
It's CPAC?
Yeah.
If he's influential in CPAC, if he actually is, or if he's just a speaker that's up there, I think that's where you decide. If he's actually influencing where the money goes, because if the money starts getting clipped, then maybe, Trump starts to speak up. But at the same time, like, there's no way Steve Bannon's going to say something and then they're going to stop funneling money into Trump's agenda. Fuck no. Conservatives are running everything right now. If anything, they should be telling Bannon, yo, can you shut the fuck up? We're actually doing some good work right now. We have everything under control. You're going to fuck this whole thing up and make everything radioactive because that's the only way you know how to get attention. The Bannon is the type of guy, the only way he knows how to get attention is just make it radioactive. There are certain people that can get attention from art. There's certain people who can get attention from creativity. There's certain people who can get attention from literally understanding what's going on and delivering the facts in a fun and knowledgeable way. Like, that's a Jon Stewart, right? Like, I don't think anybody goes, oh, he's just biased. He's trying to manipulate people when John talks, right? Like, we trust him. But Bannon's just, how do I be radioactive? Oh, if I throw this up, I'll do it. It's like wrestling to him. Like, I literally think he's up there and he's just going.
So they looking at him like Kanye?
Kanye is what I was thinking.
I can't tell you what they are. That's what I look at him as.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't take that guy seriously.
But if you take CPAC seriously, I don't think you have him speak.
This is the largest conference. This is like their big conference.
Yeah, no. I think that you got to look at it and you got to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I think you got to have some maybe behind the scenes talk. But if he comes out and talks about it publicly, what do you think Bannon's going to do with that? Bannon's going to use that as oxygen.
Yeah.
He's going to light it up even further.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's going to say, this guy Trump is defending a migrant over me who actually cares about America. I think giving him any oxygen is going to divide the party even further. And this is what fucking happens every single time. You get in power, you have an agenda, you're ready to go, and then some motherfucking egotistical narcissist that has no ability to execute anything.
Parasite.
Yeah, exactly. Comes in and for their own
We talk about
indulgence.
Elon and Bannon, which one?
No, I'm not. What's it called? Elon? No, it got to be. Elon is the bank. You know what I mean? He don't have to parasite.
I mean, he gave what, 240 mil to make
270.
to make
270.
$2 billion. So he's seeping. He's getting some returns.
Oh no, 100%.
Like, you can call that parasiting as well.
Yeah, I don't love the turn Elon has taken in general in terms of like everything being a fucking conservative talking point and like, oh, the South African genocide of white people he said it was the biggest issue in our lifetime, and it's like, you were alive when South Africa was actually apartheided, right? That wasn't. I don't think it's the biggest genocide in Rwanda. That it's like watching him parrot these Republican talking points is also nauseating. Like, you're smart enough to have an opinion on your own. So that's my criticism of Elon. I don't look at him the same way I look at Steve Bannon.
And it does suck because I really used to be an Elon guy.
I'm still an Elon guy.
I'm like, with everything he's been doing lately, it's hard for us.
I don't
Separate
mind
the art
Doge.
from the artist.
Oh,
Like, you know what I mean? If I can listen to R.
I'm
Kelly
not
still,
throwing
like,
out my truck, but I'm just saying.
Are you afraid your shit's gonna get vandalized? Have you seen that?
Yo, I had a dude throw a fucking snowball at the car.
All right, that could have
That's not bad at all.
That could have just been
yeah,
because
it's
you're
just
black.
New York.
Nah, but they wouldn't do that to any regular car.
That was some cucky shit to complain about. That was unbelievable.
I wanted
Are you
to
from New
beat
York or
this
not? Then do that.
motherfucker's ass.
Do that and don't talk about it on the
He was
podcast.
in a group with him. That's stupid.
But that's going to come with it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the car being a Cybertruck had something to do with the reason why.
Absolutely. It's an attention-seeking car. Not saying that that's what you want it for. There are other things. You've always loved Teslas.
No, I think
you've
they're
had
throwing
one.
the snowball because it's Elon's
Elon.
Tesla.
It could be Elon, but it's also like, even if it wasn't Elon, even if somebody else owned it, it's such a different looking car than anything else. And you know, when eggs are $40 and you see a guy driving around in a spaceship, there's a moment, and you have a snowball in your hand. There's a moment where you go, you know what? Fuck that guy.
I keep that shit.
No, that's kind of fire.
Yeah, I drive with that. Even what you doing? Making me more proud of my car?
I think that is the biggest thing most people feel is they're like, all right, we're changing the Gulf of Mexico, we're cutting all these things, all right, but like things are still expensive. Like I think that's how most people feel. It's like my day to day has not improved. It's like we're doing all this stuff, that's cool, but like
I'm wondering if they're having buyer's remorse yet.
I don't think so. I think
Nah,
there's
it's too
so
early,
much
too.
excitement
It's too early.
in what has been achieved. And you have to understand, like, there are a lot of people that agree with what Trump and Elon are trying to do. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of support behind it. Matter of fact, we support it. We support it, right? Like, we're all sitting here going, yeah, we have to cut the bloat in government. The way that they're doing it,
Yeah,
we have
that's
to
what I
see.
mean.
we have to see.
Like, is that bad? My feeling in general is just like, let's just see what happens.
I agree.
No, that's where
Yo.
I think we're all there.
I'm glad you said that. This is how, okay, there's a lot of liberal people that get very upset about this topic, right? Or they get very upset about Elon and what's happening. It's unconstitutional. Charlemagne was talking about that. And you have a lot of like liberal politicians, liberal pundits talking about it as well. And I think the important thing to reflect on as well, I'm not saying don't talk about that, but the other thing to reflect on as well is we are so disillusioned with government and American institutions that we are willing to just see. Do you know how desperate you got to be as a country where you're willing to just go, all right, let's try this.
Yeah.
If things were good for people,
We're fed up,
You
too.
would go,
Yeah.
I don't want to risk it. My life is pretty good. I'm concerned if we do this, my life could get worse.
Yeah.
You know how many people got to be in a place where they're like, it can't get much worse, to go, let's see.
Yeah, which I can understand the counterpoint. I'm sure there's people at the end of the Weimar Republic that was like, yeah, let's just see. Let's just see what's going on. And then by the time you see that it's bad, it's too late.
Weimar Republic is what the
Like the end right before Hitler takes over.
yeah.
So like I can see people being like, oh yeah, let's just wait and see. And then after you see like, oh, this shit's fucked up, it's too late. So I can
also
see
understand
the concern.
Yeah,
Some
that's
of the
why I feel
fear-
it's
Sorry, I'm listening to some of these history podcasts now because sports has broken my heart and I'm looking for things to do. But like when you hear about Caesar or Genghis Khan or whatever, and people are like, oh, Trump is doing the same things. I do see how some of the things you're like, it reminds you of what's happening. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but I understand the fear. For DOGE, I would say this is the first time we have heard and seen any politician that's president take actionable steps that, as far as I know, to reduce government spending.
Clinton.
Clinton did it, and I was too young to understand it probably.
Charlemagne was
But we're all
breaking
so
it down.
happy.
They fired 300,000 government workers under Clinton, but he did it with bipartisan support. Like, so he did it through government. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that was the big difference
That's
maker.
fair.
And during Clinton, it was the first time in all of our lifetime
Budget surplus, right?
where we had a surplus.
Yeah.
Which would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really fucking nice.
Yeah.
I think Americans are so detached from like our national debt. We're like, that shit ain't mine. That's
Yeah.
the nation's debt, right? We're so detached that the only thing we think about is the repercussions of that debt, which might be the super inflation, the cost of goods being crazy,
interest rates.
interest wild, right? So, but we got to knock that down to knock the rest of this down.
Yeah.
I think if you knock the debt down, mortgage rates come down.
Yeah.
Mortgage rates come down. The liquidity is out there. There's more money on the streets.
Yeah.
Better for everybody.
So my feeling is like where I see the difference when people are like, oh, like Julius Caesar, Hitler, da da da. I'm like, my hope is that the checks and balances within the U.S. government will be strong enough that if something goes too far, like Trump's like, yo, I'm dictator for life, that the checks will stop that.
Yeah, that's what I would.
And I think that's the difference between where we are now and where we have been historically. And so that's my hope, and that's why I'm kind of a little more comfortable being like, yeah, it's just kind of.
Also, I think go out.
I think it's like, I agree with you, but I think it's also important to point out shit while it's happening.
Very fair. Very fair.
Because like if you just stay quiet and just let them do
Yeah.
it, and then it might hit that point where it's
That's its own check and balance.
Yo.
Y'all saying things.
First of all, since when do we push back on people checking the government? Like, that's the most American thing to do.
But if it's the way they talk,
No,
it's
no,
like
no. What I'm saying is,
you're
what
not
I'm
gonna
saying is,
listen to what I say. You out of here.
no, of course, which is very un-American. I think Americans will reject that. But what I'm trying to say is, right now you have people pushing back to what they believe is government overreach, right? That is happening from the left to the right because the right is in power. There was a time where the governments, where the right was pushing back against left government overreach during COVID. Everybody go in your house, you got to take the jab, etc. We got to stop acting like we don't appreciate pushing back against government. It's part of like our nation's identity. Anytime we think that you're pushing a little too far, you're getting in my pockets, you're getting in my house, we push back. So on a fundamental level, even if you're on the right, you should appreciate the left going, hey, government, back the fuck up, chill out. Now there's a part of you, if you're on the right, that goes, where the fuck was this energy when they were shoving shit in our arm that they don't know what the fuck it is? But if you can step back for a second and be like, all right, maybe I don't agree with them, but I respect their right to voice their opinion on this, and I fundamentally agree with them pushing back against government overreach. Yeah. Like there is something you can connect on there.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, but then when you have the top-down person saying, if you don't do what the fuck I say, wait till midterms, you're out of here, or you're getting fired. Like they're creating the climate where it's like, I don't want any talk back, and I don't want anybody doing anything I don't say.
Wait till midterms is, I think that's an important thing to distinguish. Wait till midterms is your base is going to reject you because this is what your base wants. No. It's not, well, Trump can't kick someone. If Trump was kicking out the senator of Maine or the governor of Maine or whatever the fuck it was, he would just do it now. He doesn't have to wait till midterms.
No, I'm saying wait till midterms, they can just fund having somebody run against you and kick you the fuck out of it.
Okay, that's politics. Like, why would they not fund him already?
But I think every elected official should speak for their constituents. It shouldn't be, hey, you just have to follow what daddy says.
Well, that's what they all do. That's what the whip is. That's what Nancy Pelosi does.
No, I get it.
But that's where the elected officials have to speak for the people. Because if they do, it doesn't matter how much money you throw against them. If you're actually speaking for your people and what they want, you will win.
Trump got less money.
Trump got way less money. Do you know how much money they threw at the people going up against Trump?
Kamala got the record.
Yeah.
To the point that we all thought she might actually win just because of money. It didn't matter.
So now we're in a situation where you're going to basically force government officials to actually care what their people want, not what the special interest groups want. And if they're riding with these special interest groups, all of a sudden the Trump administration is going to go, it's interesting that they're really influenced by those big money donors and they're not caring about what you really care about, which is the cost of eggs and the inflation and the bloating government. That's what we're going to care about. And this is our guy and he's going to fix that for you. That's on you as a politician for not knowing what your people want.
And calling back to the Clinton thing, this is another reason, even though I find him politically very fucking corny now, Elon, I don't have a problem with DOGE. Clinton was 32 years ago. Like when we were 90s kids.
That's great.
How far back was the 60s in our brain? That's the 90s now. You know what I mean? Like it's 8 fucking elections. 32
before
years.
anyone did anything.
We just let it grow and grow and grow and grow. It's 32 years of bloat. We got to take it out. And again, I'm not even just saying it because he's Indian. It helps. But like Vivek being like, hey, this needs to get cut. It clicked with me with like, yeah, I didn't even know Clinton did it. But there's 32 years of bloat that just needs to get cut. And we will overcorrect.
All in agreement.
And that I'm okay there.
Now, Vivek's plan was to do it using the Constitution.
Yes, which I prefer.
I think that probably would have been more digestible for the average, like politically inclined American.
Yep.
Because they couldn't really reject the Constitution.
Can't argue the Constitution.
Yeah.
I think Vivek. I think
quicker
they pushed
to do
the
it
wrong
this
guy
way.
out. Yeah.
It's quicker to do it the way Elon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's a risky strategy though.
because if it bombs, the Democrats are going to win the next 4 elections.
Yeah. So you gotta hope that the first shit you do just like slaps.
I think Trump sided with the money with Elon, and I think they pushed the wrong guy out. That's personally what I feel.
With Vivek.
Yeah. I think Vivek would have overcorrected for sure, but like by the Constitution, can't really argue with it. It's going to be some uproar, but we'll cut some muscle.
I love
and then be
Vivek,
okay.
but it's hard to go up against
the
Rocket guy.
Of course.
Like it's just he's so impressive. You're like
richest man in the world, bro. Like, how does
but it's. I mean, if we had to hire, I'm trying to think of a job I wouldn't hire Elon for.
I wouldn't hire him to watch my kids.
Yeah.
You seen the clip of him forgetting his kid at the thing? Just straight walking off, baby.
Son,
Still
Kim
on the
Kardashian
stairs.
done that shit.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Great mother of the year. Kim
There you go.
Kardashian
There you
has
go.
done that.
All right.
I wouldn't have him take your job.
I think FA sent
I think it'd make the pod worse.
Here he is.
Nah, this shit would
Son,
get views
this-
though. If he was on here every single week.
So he just left his kid, bro.
Pull it up. This shit is so funny.
He's busy, bro. He's trying to cut. He's trying to cut. He's like, I got 13 of these little motherfuckers. Keep up.
Yeah, he's trying to make more of them. That is wild.
Look at the kid. Look how far back the kid is, dog.
Now, people did post the full video where, like, he's like, come on, little buddy, let's go. And he's like, woo. And then he, like, goes downstairs. And then he keeps on saying bye. His little homie's going slow. He doesn't realize he got shorter legs. And he's like, oh, come on, little buddy.
No, that's not as bad. That's not as bad. Okay.
See, this is
Fake
perfect.
news.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example
I got
of fake
misinformed.
news.
Fake news.
I got fake news.
Nah, that's fucked up.
I still wouldn't have him watch my kid though.
Yeah, he's busy. I want you working on shit.
Yeah, dude.
So we're gonna see. How long do you think it is before we feel some of the negative or positive effects of the cuts?
I think short term we'll feel more pain. I think. I just think in general, a lot of the ideas are going to cause some short term pain for long term gain.
I think it's going to be so hard to tell. I literally think it's going to be like a Rorschach. Like, let's say prices come down for everything.
What's a Rorschach?
Like, depending on
That
how,
like ink blot shit where
Yeah.
you see what you feel already.
like, I wonder if, like, people on the left will see all the media, like, they cut this thing, and there's a teacher that died, and then the homeless thing got worse. And even if the price of things are coming down, they'll be like, yeah, this country's going to shit. And then people on the right, let's say prices don't move at all, but then they're seeing all these headlines that are like, everything's great, we're saving all this money, the budget's at a surplus. They'll
Like,
be like-
see, it worked.
And I think that, like, I think media will just manipulate people's minds, where they'll just say, like, whatever the thing they're feeding is.
Nah.
And I think it'll be dependent on whatever they're
So
consuming.
I think it all depends on how the economy is and if people feel like they have money in their pockets.
At the
I think
end.
it all comes
At
down
the
to
end.
How do you make people feel that? Like, what does create a thriving economy?
that. Either low inflation or stimmy checks.
But like, for example, how do you address inflation? My understanding is the way that you address inflation is you restrict or constrict the money supply, right? If there's less money out there, if there's more money than there are things to buy, the price of things is just crazy.
Yeah, I think it's called you're trying to slow the liquidity of money
Yes.
through monetary policy.
Yeah. So the only way to do that is to keep interest rates high. But if you keep interest rates high, it stifles economic growth.
Yeah.
Because you need liquidity for growth. So it's a really fucked up thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like you need to just plunder another country, take all their wealth.
Yeah.
That worked back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
who should we pretend has nukes?
I think we need to look into.
Canada.
Canada they got nukes.
I think Canada.
Canada has nukes.
does have big
Trudeau's
nukes.
this whole cut thing was a front, and he's actually building tons.
Where
of
do you think
nukes.
he got the nukes from? His dad. From Cuba.
Castro.
Yeah, that's what
There
I'm
you
saying.
go.
So
There
he's
you
got the
go.
nukes shipped in.
Yep.
So you gotta
Yep.
just keep an eye on him.
Yep.
51st state.
Is there any country rich enough where we could just plunder that bitch?
Yeah, Canada. Their
don't know,
nukes are
Canada-
at Drake's house. That's why it's called the embassy.
point.
We need to get in there. We need to really just take things apart, and that's ours now.
Yeah.
Just a couple meme coins, some rug pulls, like we'll get right to that.
USA coin rug pulls and fire. No, but I think the stimmy check didn't work. That's what caused the inflation. So I think, I don't know. To me, I just remember, and this is everybody's going to be personal. It's like I remember Bill Clinton. I was 8 years old. My dad went from having no job. We opened a business. I was like, oh, in this 4 years, seems like we're doing better. And I remember I'm 10, so I know nothing. But I'm like, hey, this guy Bill Clinton seems to be doing a good job.
And that was also during like the first tech boom, right?
Yeah. Which
So-
is maybe the only reason it happened. I don't know, but we just go off what we're feeling.
I also think corporate greed is like probably the biggest factor.
It's a problem.
It's like I think we just so concerned with how the stocks, like how things are going in
Stock market.
stock market, and so we're squeezing like the lower and middle class like as much as possible, and we have no power to say anything back.
So
Like,
because
no power to make change.
if you when you say squeeze the lower and middle class, you mean like by paying them less, we can show more profits, or the
And our
corporation
stock price goes
and then
up.
the stock price goes
And
up.
my responsibility is to my shareholder.
Yeah.
That's,
Not to the
that
workers of that
fucking
company.
line you can hide behind forever.
Some shit I just saw. DoorDash got sued for like 20 million because they were taking people's tips and using that money to pay the wages of
that's
the
crazy.
That's so fucking
That's
wild.
crazy.
And so when they say 100% of the money goes towards the delivery person, they're still not lying.
Yeah. Ain't that fucked up?
Wow.
I mean, that's what restaurants do, right? Like restaurants, I think minimum wage is like $15 an hour in some states now, but restaurants would pay you $3 an hour because they count your tips as part of your wage.
Yeah, but
So-
at least that you know that going into it. Like,
Oh.
DoorDash was like, oh no, you didn't get any tips. And then just using that money to pay their the delivery people.
Yeah, that is fucked up because we know that the waiters aren't making any money outside of
Big booger in your
tips.
left nostril, you got to get it out.
Thank you, my boy. I got it.
Yeah.
So we overcompensate.
Yeah.
But with DoorDash, you're just giving them whatever y'all give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that's a thing. All these corporations are doing similar
Also,
shit like that.
Uber-
Amazon workers, like, they barely get paid.
Have you spoken to Uber drivers recently?
No.
So like a lot of the Uber drivers when they first started, Uber was taking like 15%
Yeah.
or 20%. Now that shit has come up to like 30, 40 in certain places.
Dude, I'll
Fucking nuts.
sometimes I'll ask an Uber driver, what'd you get for this? And it will be less than half of what I paid. Like considerably less.
Wow.
Like $6 for a $25 Uber or whatever.
So basically what they did is they lost money. You know, to gain market share.
Yeah.
And that is the strategy of these like tech businesses now. Or like maybe businesses in general now. But so they don't have to show profit at all. And they'll lose money as long as the stock is cooking.
Yeah.
But what happens is, so what you're saying is that all these people that are driving are eventually going to go, you know what? I got to now work 80 hours a week to make what I used to make driving a taxi 40 hours.
Yeah.
Or 60 hours, whatever the fuck they would do.
Yeah.
And they got no voice. They got no lobbyists.
Yeah, they have no lobby, they have no health insurance.
And I mean, I guess it's not a monopoly. There is Lyft, but you know, Lyft is also going to cook you as well.
That's the airline shit too, where it's like, y'all pretend you're competing, you're not. There's a certain level below which you know you're not going to go, and this is what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a
They're both in cahoots. It's like, yo, let's just keep these prices this way.
oligopoly or whatever it's called.
Which
It's
is
like you guys
technically
control
illegal,
everything.
but it's going on.
How are you going to prove it?
Yeah. Yeah. And then you can imagine some driver has been out of the workforce for 4 years, 5 years, immigrant, doesn't have work experience or whatever. Like, where else is he going to go?
Where else?
So you're like, yeah, I'll just eat it.
Yeah.
And like, even partly with my business, I see that. Like, I made it a point to like overpay because I've always been in production, and I'm like, you know what? Like, let me change things that bothered me back in the day.
Yeah.
And that does stifle growth. Like, because I pay my employees really well, I can't open as many studios as I would like to. I have to wait till we, you know, build it up, and now we can. So it's like, I see what would motivate a business owner to pay less because I can grow my shit way faster. But at the same time, it's like, you just have to have zero empathy for people, and that shit sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy for me. I don't know.
And then the people with no empathy like rise to the top.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like all these like corporate CEOs are just like cutthroat, and they're like, yeah, I'm good.
I'm fine. I can sleep at night. So I'm good on that.
Yeah. But yeah.
And also you get better work. I think when people feel,
that's
you
it.
know, like they're properly compensated,
Yeah.
you know, they build their identity around the job. It's hard to build your identity around a job where you feel taken advantage of. You know,
But if you create the job where they don't have to have an identity, it's like an assembly line and people just come in and you're like, all right, you don't like it?
Yep.
see you later.
Yeah.
If you make them easily
Uber.
replaceable.
Yeah.
Uber, Amazon, all these places.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had Amazon employees tell me like they'll get hurt on the job, but they're afraid to go get medical care or whatever because they're going to get in trouble. So they just keep working.
Yeah.
They're afraid to get replaced by a robot or whatever. They just keep working.
So their bathroom breaks get timed.
I mean, that's nuts.
I mean,
You would
that's
get fired
my
on
bad.
the first day.
Yeah, I'm the reason why that exists. I'm taking 30 minutes. How you getting hurt at the Amazon factory, though?
The warehouse.
Oh, the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting the thing in the box or whatever?
Yeah, lifting boxes, probably doing all this
Yeah,
shit, heavy
there's
stuff.
machinery going everywhere. There's fucking forklifts, and yeah, you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
But
That shit
corporations
really
are fire though, you know what I mean?
They really do make some
That
great
shit is
shit.
fire, bro.
No,
You order something that comes the next day.
Oh,
That shit is
They
fire,
keep making.
bro.
I mean, but Alex,
they
I'm
make
not-
it so convenient. that they,
and this is
fire.
where we're kind of fucked as, or like we're trapped into it. Are you ever calling not Lyft or Uber? Like going out grabbing
No,
a taxi?
I know.
So we're all like, this is what happens. They make a better product. So we're like, yeah, sure. And you're removed enough from that person that you're like, well, I can't care that they're getting fucked. It's just convenient for me, and that's what it is.
Bro. I'm not
And that's
disagreeing with you.
That's why, and I remember it was actually Vivek's book I was reading where he was like, every corporation's fiduciary responsibilities to the shareholders. And I was like, that is a fucking thing, huh? That's what they all hide behind.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to care about the employee. My responsibility is to my shareholder. That line in and of itself is just such a like catch-all for having to give a fuck about anyone below me.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a good point you made there, Mark, about if you can create a business with replaceable employees, you really don't have to care about your employees at all.
Yeah.
And those businesses don't.
Yeah.
And they're incredibly profitable.
I think it's the Henry Ford thing. I think he did that with like the Model
assembly
T.
line?
Assembly line, yeah.
Yeah. And just like
No, but his initially the idea with the and maybe this is propaganda, but the idea was I want everybody that works here to be able to afford the car.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Now that could be Henry Ford Association going, all right, let's not make him look like a fucking animal, make him look like he cares about the workers. But that was the idea, that they could make a car cheap enough that the people that worked at the plant could drive one. And if that is the case, imagine you're working at a fucking plant
Yeah.
and you're driving to work every single day. You must feel like the fucking man.
Yeah.
And
You
when
pride.
there's a lot of pride there, and also like when you look at, especially in it's Detroit, right, where the General Motors were, or at least Michigan, right? Like
Yeah.
you would have like generations of families work at those plants and be proud of it. Like they were proud to be part of that community. And then when those plants left, it was devastating.
But I guess that was a time where like the cost of goods and wage was more similar, and then now it's like
There's
changed.
also that was also when corporate greed was at I don't want to say it was at a low, but it was lower. There was
It's like they didn't know how greedy they could get.
Yeah.
So okay, so
And
Like
again,
the difference between like CEO pay and the workers' pay wasn't
yeah, it
as
was-
the gap wasn't.
and
as
what's the
large.
justification for that now? But like
I don't know the
Capitalism.
justification. I know
You
when it
can't tell
really
me
started
how.
to go crazy
Yeah.
was we fought to have CEO salaries made public because we were like, we want to see how overpaid these people are. But then it's like NBA contracts. You see what they're making and you're like,
Oh,
oh, you need to pay me
shit.
more than that.
Oh,
you need to pay me more than
shit.
that. You need to pay me more than, and then it just goes bang, bang, bang. Because NBA, NFL, a lot of times it's not about how much I make. It's about I need to make more than that guy.
Yeah.
And it's how much he makes.
Yeah.
So once you start making these contracts public, and I don't know how you get that genie back in the bottle or whatever, but like that inflated it a lot.
Yeah, you don't get it back in the bottle because capitalism. People's like, you can't tell me how much I deserve to be paid for this, and then everybody thinks, oh, one day that's going to be me, and I don't want somebody telling me how much I can get paid.
all right, questions.
There's less pushback.
Is
Just shoot these motherfuckers.
that's what's gonna end up
on
happening.
it.
No, but it's like
Certain industries, Luigi got that right idea, yo.
but is like the skill of certain CEOs, like for example, like what's Steve Jobs, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever he got paid, he deserved it. Yeah. Like he transformed an industry, transformed the world in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't really put a dollar amount on him, like what he's worth to the company. Like are these certain CEOs, like are they worth these exorbitant amount of money? This exorbitant amount of money because that's what they bring to the brand.
Certain, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they would argue.
And again, it's like the NBA.
Like,
LeBron is
yeah.
worth $100 million a year or whatever.
But like, I guess what I'm trying to, like LeBron, it's so easy to see because he's 6'9", he got the handle like a point guard, he's got vision, he could shoot, he's obviously proven winner. I think with the CEOs, a lot of times we look at them outside of like a Jobs or a Musk, and we're just like, oh, it's just like a white guy who wears a suit and he just tells people what to do. Like, do they have these distinguishable skills? Maybe if we knew more about what they're actually doing for a company, maybe it would seem more justifiable to us.
Yeah.
Maybe does that make sense? Like maybe they are LeBron-esque in how unique their skill set is.
But even though, like what Elon does for Tesla, Elon could be like, hey, we can make less profits this year and pay all of our employees more. And every company can do that.
Got it.
But
And you're saying
what's the share price goes down.
Yeah.
My responsibility to the shareholders.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
so the share price goes down because it's not.
That's
That's
why food,
profitable,
and this is why, again, I don't think food should be publicly traded. That's why food, they're like, oh, I can put all these chemicals in it for less cost than the real ingredients of Cheetos. It'll drive the cost down. The share price goes up for Frito-Lay. That's who my responsibilities to.
Yeah. Corporate buyouts happen. A big company comes in, buys a small like mom and pops thing that's very popular. They figure out how they can cut costs. They fire certain people. They put different chemicals or make the product worse in a certain way, but small enough that it's not that noticeable. The product is then cheaper to produce, and the company can go, look what we did. We year over year, we're 50% better, 20% better. Quarter over quarter, we're increasing profits. Yeah.
So it's just one of the downsides of like unfettered capitalism. Like you just need some type of legislation to like protect it so that it can still grow, but then to not, you know, like you don't want to over legislate it, but also you need to keep some guardrails to stop, you know,
And
monopolies.
this is where it's a push and pull. Like unions, some would say that the car unions got so powerful. That's why American cars started to get worse. Japanese cars were taken over, and then Ford ends up shutting down, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I'm not saying that's what the answer, but it is. It just, I think, has to be a constant push and pull.
Yeah. I mean, Rockefeller beat the whole game.
How do you do that?
Literally, he would just like create Standard Oil, got so big, and then would just go into towns with other oil companies and be like, so you can either sell to us for 50% of what you're worth, or we'll just take over your area when we open up a Standard Oil right here, because we have so much funding and we have such a great assembly line that we'll just take you over. So what do you want to do? Wow. And then he just like steamrolled everyone and literally broke capitalism. And then we're like, all right, we got to put
then we broke up Standard Oil in 1910 or whatever.
And then we're like, all right, we can't just let this rule the world.
How did he deal with that emotionally? I know you were reading that biography.
Yeah,
on
Titan.
him. And did he have any kind of like turmoil about doing that to people? Did he feel justified in some way?
I mean, yes and no. He was just like, these are the rules of the game. And he was like a super strict business guy. Like he counted every penny in his personal bank account. Like in his journals, he would have like a ledger of like every single dollar that was going in and out. So like on the one hand, he was ruthless, but on the other hand, he was like super philanthropic, opened all these like HBCUs, like Spelman College, like a famous HBCU, was named after his wife, Steady Spelman.
Oh,
And so he like opened up all these like black universities. He's like, yeah, we got to like give black people.
Black?
No, she's a white lady.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And he was like, we got to support like black people in America and like give people opportunity. So like, I think he kind of justified it through like philanthropic stuff.
The cynic in me is like, yo, let's just keep shit segregated. I'll just open up a school for them over there.
Wait, we got all these workers that don't know how to fucking mine oil? Let's fucking do an oil mining class.
oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what charity is to some of these incredibly wealthy people. If it's just a way to like get to heaven, like it's a way to offset the
fuck
greed.
shit.
Yeah, I do think he was also religious. And so I think he was like, dude, God gave me this. Like, this is ordained by
So
God.
you justify your fuck shit by this is what God wanted me to do, and then you do some good on the side as a token of your gratitude.
In a way, I guess, yeah.
Because sometimes I do feel like people, and we should do more philanthropy. We should figure out how we can give back.
Y'all should.
Well, we got you here. You know. No, but we should figure out how we can give back, but give back in a way where it doesn't feel like. Sometimes I see people doing it, and it feels so like self-aggrandizing. You know, like I don't know if the money's actually trickling to the charity.
Yeah.
It feels almost more of like a pat on the back, like a public display of I'm a good person and this is why you guys should believe I'm a good person. But then people aren't actually getting helped.
Yeah, but not everything. Oh, sorry, you go.
This is just happening right now. There's a lot of CEOs that are basically like doing the Rockefeller thing where they create a nonprofit foundation. That nonprofit foundation is actually not funding. It's sort of like a money laundering place.
And then
But
they
back
put
in the
their
day-
kids as the presidents and CEOs of that foundation, and they get a salary, and that salary is $500,000 a year. So now you're finding a way to funnel money to your kids through this nonprofit.
And some of them do great. Some of them really do great. And some people have done great. Rockefeller did great at the end. Like Bill Gates has stopped hookworm, guinea worm, something. Like there's a lot of them that have done great, but there are some that are using it sort of as
I'm
like
sure there are plenty that do good things, but I wonder if it.
And not everything is money. Like I have classes come to WTF and like I just talk to the kids and shit like that. And you never know, that might just open their mind, help them see something. Like throw a fucking benefit show where it's just like underprivileged people able to come to
like
show
the way
for free.
you find a way to not give money.
I'm just saying not everything's about money.
No, you're right. You're right. There's a lot of times influence is going to be way more impactful.
Yeah.
And I also wonder if trying to solve the biggest problem isn't the most effective way of doing your charity. So like
small things.
that's the thing. Like
more.
that's the thing where I think Portnoy does brilliantly. Like going to a specific place and giving them money to stay open. Like we are saving this restaurant. We're not going, hey, we're going to save the restaurant industry. That's a nice thing on paper. That looks really good. You get to pat yourself on the back. And maybe some people in the world are like, look at how benevolent that human being is. But going to one mom and pop shop, speaking to the mom and pop and saving their business, maybe it saved it for a year. Maybe it saved it for 2 years. Maybe it saved it for 20. Who fucking knows? But I wonder if that's
Yeah.
the most direct impact you can have.
Like that starfish story, you ever heard that?
No, what's
Like,
that?
my dad told me this when I was a kid. It's like all these starfish roll up on the sea after or on the shore after a big storm. Some kid's throwing them back in the ocean, and some guy comes up. He's like, "Dude, there's thousands of starfish. Like, what are you doing? Doesn't make a difference." And he takes a starfish, throws it in the water, he goes, "Made a difference to that one." And it's kind of a cute little story, but like it kind of goes to that point. Like, yeah, just finding specific people that need help and then helping them in that way.
Yeah,
It's also more fulfilling on a personal basis.
Yeah. Do feel good after.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
Like, I
anytime
gotta feed all the African kids. You know what I mean? Let's just feed some Africans here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take an Uber driver. Be like, yo, just go through the fucking drive-through. Whatever you want,
whatever
dude.
you want.
Yeah, fucking ring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feed some of Elon's African kids.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah, there's something.
Are we getting commie pilled right now?
We're getting
Dude, we gotta stop this. We got.
Wait,
I'm-
are we
I'm-
commies?
Yeah, I'm not gonna stand for this commie talk. All right.
Hey, Mark, you're learning hypnosis? What's going on with
I'm
this?
reading one book on hypnosis.
This is
okay?
weird.
It's not weird. First off,
We need-
I just want to learn the
okay.
secrets.
All right,
The
we need to
secret
talk
teachings
about
of
this.
hypnosis.
Why would you want to learn that?
Let's talk about this on Patreon.
Well, okay, one slight reason. Okay, is I'm genuinely curious if hypnosis is real.
Yeah.
So, like, do you believe in hypnosis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that people can be put into a subconscious state where their mind is now controlled by another person?
Some people, blacks.
Okay, wait, why is it black? It's not. Why it's not black?
Because our mind is better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Smarter people are apparently easier to hypnotize, just as they tell dumb people who they hypnotize.
I'm gonna hypnotize Al. I'm gonna come back one of these days. I'm gonna hypnotize him. Maybe on Patreon.
Mark, I would like you to hypnotize our audience right now.
Okay.
And tell them to come join us at Patreon. Go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Use everything you've learned.
Well, you kind of need.
Don't
like,
tell us,
You know,
show us.
You need a towel. You need you need something to like wave in front of their, like something long you can wave in front of their faces to.
Can I unplug
Al,
this?
would you mind pulling your dick out? Yeah. No. You guys should join us on Patreon. Okay, it's only like $2 a month or something.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Is that hypnosis?
That's
just
just
lying to
lying.
people?
Yeah, I think it's lying.
You're just a used car salesman? Is that what hypnosis is?
Exactly. Yeah,
Got
that's basically
Okay,
it. Yeah, but you can see us on Patreon where I'm gonna hypnotize Al. I'll see you guys there.
Fuck out of here.
Yo, Al's hypnotized that he's 5'11".
Oh, yo, did we show that yet?
No, we're about to do it
Show
right now.
that, show
We're gonna show that right
I've been a fan and a Patreon member for a long, long time, and now I just want to know, let's get the tape measures out. Let's get this hype debacle situated.
Oh,
Let's
shit.
see what the actual heights are for the whole crew.
Let's do it.
If you
I'm
want to
down
measure
for
me
that.
while you're at
Let's
it,
My height on
I'm
Google's
at
like
it. Go for it,
5'4".
too. Anyways, love y'all. Peace.
Let's fucking do it.
I'll do that right
y'all be
now.
shitting
We
on
got
my
a tape
height.
measure.
Yeah, I
No.
know.
Let's close out the episode with.
Keep talking.
We don't got a
Tape
Take your
measure?
fucking shoes off.
We don't
though.
got a tape measure.
Take your fucking shoes off.
Stop. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. Guys, this has been an episode of Flagrant. Patreon.
Yeah, now look.
Patreon.com/Flagrant.
You're fucking phony.
You know, for the vibes and all that
You're
good
a phony. I hate this guy.
I mean, how bad could it be?
shit. Nah, we good.
Al 5'4", yo.
No, because
Honestly, it's good for you because I call you 5'4" so much that they're starting to believe it.
I don't care, but it has to be some mystery in it that I could keep lying.
All right, I'll go. Let's go.
We're not doing it.
How long is
I'm
it?
not
Is that
doing
more
it.
than 5 feet? All right, I took my shoes off. Here we go. I'm going to stand up straight. No tiptoes. Here you go. Top of the head. Let's go. Oh, it's tall enough for you, Al. There you go. Do what you got to do, buddy. What's up, camera?
What do
Are we on the
think?
wide shot, Miles?
Is this an honest measurement here?
I think so. Is my chin solid?
Yeah, you're live. You're live.
Okay, good.
I think it'd say like 67.
5'7". Like I
Yeah.
said, yo. Like I said,
Yeah.
5'7". Okay, all right.
All right, Akaash, tell me.
Okay, hold on. What do you need from me? We're gonna do this honest. I'm not gonna
Shoes.
fuck with you, Al. Let's do this right here. What are we at?
Got shoes off, but he's got long pants. Look if he's standing on a
No,
Yo,
no,
this
I'm
is
not.
so funny. Tell me what that is. Tell me what that is right there.
What is it?
65.
No.
What is
It's 68.
What's
You're
that?
5'8", yo.
No.
68 and a half, maybe.
No, it's
You're
not.
not 5'9".
No, it's not.
He's not 5'9".
No, it's
is he?
not.
It might have been
be.
5'9".
Did you have that on cam?
It might.
might be 5.
No, he wasn't.
It might be 5'9".
Go,
Five.
come back. Take your
You
fucking
guys, I hate
stupid
you,
beanie off.
motherfuckers. I hate you.
Okay, all right, hold on. Let's go straight. Straighten that shit up.
All right.
Yeah, I think 60.
You're big. You're 5'8" and a half, dog.
No, stop it.
5'9".
5'9". We'll take it. 5'9". We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah. No,
And it's wintertime. You shrink a little bit. You know, it's like
that's a good point. That is a good point.
that's what I'm saying.
You
I
do
don't have good
contract.
posture and all that.
You do contract a little bit.
Damn it.
It's winter time. You shrink a little bit.
Yo, I'm being dead ass.
All this time.
He's giving you 5'9". You're barely 5'9".
Son,
You're
you're 5'9".
You're barely 5'9".
Nah, you're a hater.
I'm a real 6'7".
This makes
You're
me
a fake
this
5'9".
makes me feel bad.
I'm fat. You're
I
short.
didn't know my actual height for years. I've been lying to myself saying I'm 5'10" and a half.
You know what? I stopped lying about my height because there was a girl that I was talking to in college, and I was like, I'm 5'9". She was like, no, the fuck you're not. And I was like,
but
my license says I'm 5'9". And she was like, you're not 5'9". And then I measured myself. Thank God not in front of her, but I was 5'7". I was like, this bitch got me, yo. Wow.
Can I ask one more thing?
Yeah.
Yo, David, I know you're listening to this shit. Get in here so I can measure you.
Wait, is he? Oh, he said he's 6 feet.
He's definitely
David
listening.
Sanchez,
Get
come in
you
here.
short
Oh,
little
where's
fucking-
Dove?
Oh,
Yeah.
Dove,
No.
hey,
If we airing motherfuckers out here.
This
Yo,
is so
get Dove.
fun.
Get Dove.
Get in here. Get in here.
Dove, we need you right now.
I said I'm 5'10".
I'm the only one honest about his height. I think.
If I'm getting
believe
exposed
this.
to everybody.
Yo,
fuck
hey,
this
hey,
shit.
real shit. Yo,
That's what
real
I'm talking
shit.
about.
Yo, real shit. From one fat guy to another.
Okay, you can hold it. I'll hold it at the bottom.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready?
And then if you're going to talk.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, David. Let's go.
It's gonna be 5'10" on the nose.
All right. Let's straighten it out. You know what? What is that?
Yeah, you got to move.
Son, 69 inches. You're 5'9" too, dog. Why?
No,
all
no,
y'all-
no.
Yo, you short.
Oh, no.
You short. You short.
Hey, Dove. Where's Dove?
Bro, he's looking at the tape
Get in
measure
here.
like,
Get in here, bro.
I
Get in
feel
here.
so what's vindicated.
Get in here.
Drag him.
Get
That
in
was
here.
5'9",
Yep.
right, Miles? I'm not bullshitting.
Yep, stand right here.
I don't believe
Shoes off. I'm busy. Shoes off. Nope. Shoes off. Shoes off.
Dumb. You
Shoes
gotta
off.
measure your height. Everybody lies except me.
Yep, shoes off.
I'm fat and 5'7". I am what I am. I'm a real one.
Yeah. Everybody's getting exposed today. Fuck that shit. It ain't
This
just me.
episode is taking the best turn.
said I'm wearing thin socks.
Okay, let's go. Look at oh yeah. Oh, you're Dove. I'm your mic. Whoa. Your hand almost grazed my dick there just now.
so yeah.
Okay,
hold
okay.
it.
All right, yo, your chin right here, buddy. I'm gonna lower your chin. I'm gonna lower your chin right there. There you go. That's straight. Now you're bending it.
Wait.
That's straight right there.
right.
I'm gonna hold your head.
Oh, you're still bending it.
Is it straight or not?
Now it is.
What are you seeing?
Miles, read that shit.
70.
70. What's 70?
5'10".
Stop. 5'10".
5'10".
6 feet.
5'10".
Hey guys.
5'10".
Hey, Patreon.
That's actually taller than I thought.
Everybody's a liar except your boy.
Unless I shrunk, there's no way.
5'10", bro.
How many times
5'10".
in this pod I said I'm 5'7"? All the time, right?
Yeah.
It's a punchline. Who was the only one that was honest? This guy been saying he's 6 feet.
Yeah.
David won't admit he's Mexican. Alex been saying he's 5'11". He said 5'11".
I said
What a
5'10" and a
liar.
half.
What a liar.
5'11"
He
on a
barely
good day.
He's 5'9". He's 5'8" 3/4.
Measure it right.
Mark, I believe you're 6 feet.
No, I'm 5'9".
Miles, I believe you're 6 feet.
5'11".
Oh, you're
Okay.
5'11". Miles is honest.
No.
That's an easy roundup.
Can I say something crazy? I actually think Miles is 6 foot.
Miles, get your ass in here, dude.
That's such a dickhead. No, I think Miles is under 200 pounds. Get the scale.
I think he's 6 foot. I think
He's such an ass.
I didn't pick up on
might be
it
6'2".
because that is something he would do, right? That's something he would do. Is say I'm 5'11", I'm 6 feet.
It's Baldoni vibes. He's like, I don't want to overestimate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's a humility.
Yeah,
doing
you're what Baldoni pretends to be. Oh, I'm so happy about this. Guys, I cannot think of a better way to... Hey, I didn't say suck my dick right
I know
there.
it's worse. It's worse. I believe the lie that I've been telling myself for years.
We're putting this on the public
For
episode.
years, I believe this lie.
I know. I'm so happy. Guys, this is what we're leading the public episode off with. Patreon. Thank you guys so much for being here as we tell the truth and we expose people. We're the Candace Owens of the Patreon world. We expose liars on this podcast. Thank you guys so much. We'll see y'all next Friday. We love you. God bless.